Welcome to Comics League, where I, myself, Jared, and a bunch of the other comics leaguers discuss everything related to Zack Snyder. So let's bring on our panel. We finally have the Justice League all assembled. So let's start with our Batman.
I am Phoenix!
What's up, Nick?
Hello, Superman.
Thank you.
It's Batman.
And then we also have our Aquaman.
All the hopes and dreams of Krypton live in you now.
Hello, Aquaman. And then our Green Lantern. And finally, making her grand debut to Comics League, our Wonder Woman. The league has been assembled. What's up, Max? What's up, Draga?
At last.
What's up, Hal Jordan? We finally have.
Hi everyone.
So in a way, we have a big round table with 6 chairs, but room for more. I had
This is
to.
the way.
This
This
is the
is
way.
the way.
Okay, you know what? You guys said it, so you know what? Where is that? Here.
This is the way.
This is the way. This is the way.
Jared, I ask a favor of you for this momentous occasion.
Yeah.
Can you give us an awoo?
All right. It's one of these moments. All right.
What is your profession?
All right, so we are going to watch and react to the Batman versus Superman full circle panel. So let me just share that and we can get started. And for those of you that have been already watching these Zack Snyder's commentary on BVS, boy, did we get some treats today. Particularly how he and what's up, Super Bro Corey? Everyone's coming for Snyder Queen.
Hey, what's up, Max?
They love their queen.
We all do. So yeah, Zack's been being cryptic again with his language, going, "Oh yeah, it's gonna be awesome," and I'm like,
Mommy, Zack Snyder's being cryptic again.
Yeah, I'm like, wait a sec. At that moment, my ears picked up, and I even said, "Did you guys hear that?" Because he's saying, he's using words like "it's gonna happen." Even if it's animation, I don't care. It's weird. It's really weird.
He seems really confident.
Yeah.
And I just want to say hi, everyone. Hi, Max. Hi,
We
Super
love
Bro.
you, Sammy.
Here we got
Hi,
Corey.
Draga. Hi, everyone. Hi, Steven. Batan.
Dan's in the chat.
Everyone's here. Yes, we got lots of people. So, and this is the most people I've ever had on a Comics League live stream. So, welcome everyone.
What's the number?
Welcome.
It's at 18.
Oh wow, we can get a pack of cigarettes now.
So let's
I'll go get a pack of smokes and never come back.
What's up, Super Bro Corey?
Jared, you're more responsible than that. Come on.
Of course, 19 people now
So let's make a prediction on who do you think the guest will be for the panel.
for BVS. That is a
Yeah.
question. That is a good question.
Martha.
Chewy.
Diane Lane.
Roll the clip. Roll the clip.
Diane Lane.
Roll the clip.
All right, you said Martha, so you know I gotta do this.
Why did you say that name?
No, Jay.
Oh my God! Don't say that.
Don't say Jay.
Don't-
No.
Say what? I didn't say anything.
Yeah, second Warner Brothers.
There you go. In favor of that, I salvaged it.
So, but yeah, I think we might get someone unknown. Maybe who?
I
Jesse
think it's
Eisenberg.
Martian Manhunter. I say it's Harry Lennox, baby.
Well, he
what
was
about?
mentioned yesterday, so maybe. I don't know.
I'm like, so this is a BVS panel. So I'm trying to think of BVS people.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way,
Jesse
Sammy,
Eisenberg would be so cool if
Dude.
if he showed up.
by the way, by 22 people now. By the way, Sammy, I wanted to ask you, what did you think of Zack tying the Amazons to the Kryptonians? I think that's actually a really cool idea.
I think it's awesome.
I
And,
think it's Supergirl. I think he just
this-
canonized that prequel
Yeah.
comic.
Like, and what I was talking to some other people as well is like, what if at one point, like when if they introduce Supergirl and then Wonder Woman meet and then she recognizes her.
Yeah.
Like, that could be really cool.
That'd be really
mean,
awkward,
yeah.
but that'd be really cool. It's like Clark's like, the hell is going on here? But in preparation, I've updated the poses of my hot toys.
Yes, and he'll be getting a cyborg one.
I need to
soon.
get the cyborg one. It will happen. This is the way.
Okay. What if they skip Supergirl and go straight to Power Girl? Like this version is Power Girl.
That would be interesting, particularly if they're going to use Supergirl and Zack and in the Gunverse. So what's up, Charlie Briggs?
Yes.
Charles Briggs.
Because I think if they're going with a Themyscirian trained Kara Zor-El, I think she'll at least be older because Kryptonians age slower. So I think Power Girl might be a better idea because Supergirl is kind of a little bit green usually. Amy Adams
For a guest, that'd be interesting. No, I swear I will flip a chair if Henry Cavill walks on that stage.
Oh my
And then-
god, yeah.
And then
What's
imagine
up?
he walks on the stage and he's
Rips
wearing like
open the shirt.
no, even better. He's wearing a suit jacket, but underneath it is a black suit shirt.
Yeah. What's up? What's up? So as we get started again, so all right, so I'm gonna go down the line. All right, who do you think is gonna be the guest? Mine is Martian Manhunter. What about you, Nick?
I'm gonna say Lawrence Fishburne just because.
All right, Taladia.
I'm gonna say Lawrence Fishburne.
By the way, Droga, Gordon Ramsay, Jay Heat,
Lauren Fishburne.
Sammy.
Amy Adams,
All right.
I'll say.
By the way, if Lawrence Fishburne walks on stage, I'm literally gonna say, in other news, water wet.
What?
I'm sorry.
No,
I
I
love the way he
swear,
delivers them.
if Ben
It's
and Gal
so
walk on,
funny.
if Ben and Gal walk on because
Oh
this
my
is their
God.
debut movie, I will do more. I will flip two chairs. I have two chairs right here. I will flip them on camera.
Please.
I
make
think
sure
if
you-
Gal's coming, it's gonna be tomorrow because it's her birthday tomorrow.
Don't get your trident. That's
I
my
forgot
trident.
this. No,
That's
that's
my
my
trident.
trident. I stole it while you were sleeping.
Oh, imagine. Okay.
What's
Here's my
up?
prediction for tomorrow's stream.
Oh,
On my channel, by the way. Zach is going to give Gal a present on stream, and she's gonna open it, and it's just gonna say Justice League 2.
That
She'll
would
open
be
it,
sick.
angle it
That
toward
would
the
be
camera.
sick. Like, yeah, that would be cool. That would be really cool.
I'm so excited for tomorrow.
no, I swear,
Like-
tomorrow, if the Justice League shows up, that's like up there as in like may not happen, but is like dreaming
up there.
happen.
No,
That-
no. I got you one better. It's a T-shirt, and it's like, hey, could you put it on? She ever wondered what it like? She sees it, she smiles. I mean, she probably knows what she was getting anyway. But like, she
Right.
puts it on, then she turns the camera, and it says Zack Snyder's Justice League Part 2.
I am wearing the Us United hoodie. There you go. I came
Art-
in uniform.
Part 2, Rise of the Nightmare.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's a dream come true. Yes.
A nightmare come true.
So Taladia, let me ask you this: how does it feel knowing that you got upstaged as the King of Atlantis?
No comment.
Wait.
Yeah,
Jared,
it's
are you
still
saying,
5:30.
Jared, are you saying you're Ocean Master?
No, I'm saying I'm Superman. That to mess with Arthur, I flew down to Atlantis and stole his trident.
A part of
Why?
me is glad Shira is not on this stream.
Yeah. Why? Because I can. What's he gonna do? I'm Superman.
Rise of
You
the
do,
night.
you do
Yeah.
know that
That's
Mara
an
is,
abuse of power. Superman would never
bro.
do that.
It's
You do
different
know that-
when it's your bro, Sammy. It's different when it's your bro.
Super Clark. You do know that Mara is gonna come to the Kent farm and take a giant dump in your bed now, right?
You've been holding that one
Oh
in,
my
haven't
God.
you, Nick? You've been holding that one in.
I have super
Like-
sheets. It just rolls right off.
Oh my god.
Okay, why are we talking about Mara taking a dump in the Kent bed?
I know this is crazy. That is crazy.
What's up, Socks Bullet?
I'm sorry, I will never let Amber Turd live that down.
Oh yeah.
You've been waiting to crown that one out, haven't you?
I've been waiting to crap that one out. Yes.
Oh, Real Talk Productions, exactly. What's up, silly girl?
I
Jeez.
guess you could say the stream has really gone down the toilet.
Yeah, I guess
Yeah.
we could. I guess we could.
All this potty humor.
He's laughing. He's having a good time. Good for you. Yeah, laugh it up. Enjoy your night.
Come on, Happy, concentrate.
And
I am.
Spider-Man, Wonderborg is not confirmed. What the heck? How is that a ship? The poop puns keep running.
I apologize for having such a crappy sense of humor.
Could you imagine if tomorrow's screening of ZSJL triggered out Amber Heard with traded her out with another actress? Oh God, no! Imagine if it has the Green Lantern. Wait, imagine if it has the Green Lantern scene. Imagine if it's the Emerald cut.
Mind you, Wayne T. Carr was on the Bat Channel today.
Which I am supremely jealous. That's just
Yeah, so a big shout out goes out to Corey and the Bat Channel for doing an
Silly
amazing
girl.
stream.
Silly girl, I
Congrats,
commend you,
Trey
but
and
that one was
Corey,
too
for
wordy.
getting that.
Mm.
That was awesome to watch.
still-
And Samantha Wynn was on the panel too.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yes.
Green Arrow.
Ooh.
It was amazing. Tigged, as in Tig from Army of the Dead. True.
Oh, okay. But silly girl, I commend you, but that pun was too wordy. That pun was too.
Up, here we go.
The
Here we
movie.
go.
Here
Where's
we
the
go.
sound? Oh, there you go. There you go.
I know you've seen it before.
Oh,
so I'm glad you
they've got
liked
some
it
good
in
guests
this
then.
amazing
Look at the
theater
statue. I want that
Center. We're
statue.
So happy.
You were gonna
that
have
the
it.
students here.
Oh, that's the brand
and
new
also
Weta Workshop
filmmakers
statue.
have a
The
great
Trinity
place
one.
to display their work. So thank you for everyone who supported our initiative in getting this theater made. And we're so thankful for our hosts here at Art Center and for you guys who are here and for everyone on Vero watching us. And we have a big reveal tonight. This is the Trinity.
Oh, it's a statue.
And Weta made this amazing Trinity sculpture, and it's going to be going for sale now. And 10% of the
Jared be like,
purchases of this weekend will be.
But it's
donated
$400
to
a pop. I
AFSP.
can't afford that.
So, if you would like to pre-order this, you can go to wetaworkshop.com /shop.
resistance is
So
futile.
thank you. We're really excited.
Hold it
about
in, Nick.
this. Backslash.
$1,000.
And without
400
further
for
Wow.
each of those
ado,
pieces.
We're gonna introduce the
So,
panel
1,200.
and get ready to
Wow.
do this.
I know Jared's
here's the
grabbing
panel.
those. The
right.
resistance is
It's-
crumbling right now.
Yeah, I guess. No,
it
I'm
looks
not.
amazing.
All right.
It
yeah, do
is inevitable.
Hey everybody, thank you very much. I appreciate that. My name is Sean O'Connell. I'm the
Holy
managing
crap,
editor
look
of
at all the
Timberland,
Who's that?
and I'm so
Who's that?
delighted to be hosting the
Timberland.
panel tonight. Starting with, we're going to introduce everybody who's here tonight. Starting with Zack Snyder, filmmaker, director of
My man.
Superman.
My man.
We also have, I'm making sure that he's here. Damon Caro is joining us. Damon's here.
Damon.
Damon is joining us as well. We have DJ Desjardins is joining us as well too. DJ just got in time for this. And finally, we have Patrick Tatopoulos joining us for the Q&A.
Yeah.
Give it up for Patrick, please.
Wait, there's. Oh, okay, that's a C, I think.
It's Larry Fong today. Yes. DJ's
I
going
thought
to
he
play
said
the part of
DJ.
Larry Fong tonight.
Yeah, Larry's not feeling well. Larry was going to come. So let's all send out a vibe to Larry to get better.
I hope
Yeah,
Larry
It might
feels
feel
better.
like. Can you guys hear me? Am I speaking to it? Can you guys hear me back there?
Show of hands in the back.
All right, good.
All right.
I know I don't really need a mic, but it's fine.
We want to thank everybody, of course,
Anyway,
who
that's
is
cool.
here
Couldn't be.
live for the Q&A, and of course, everybody who is online via Vero. Thank you for tuning in. I want to start with an easy one. Zach, is it true that you discovered all of these guys through a hummus commercial?
No, they were not that. It could have been, but it wasn't. It was, I discovered them through, well, Damon I've known forever. So Damon, I think I discovered him through our mutual friend, Kurt Johnstad, who, you know, is one of my writing partners I write with all the time. They were buddies, and he came by. I mean, literally in like 1992, I think it was, or 93, sometime, wasn't it? 92? Yeah, so
You were
I
doing
was
a Super
6.
Bowl spot.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, Super Bowl spot for Budweiser, right? Yeah. So yeah, a long time ago. Who knows what Olympics it was? It was like the first Olympics. So yeah, so that was.
Wow.
That's when I met
That guy looks
Damon.
good for his
And then
age.
DJ I met because of course
He looks
we
good
worked
for
on what
anything.
he came in to say like, hey,
True.
what the fuck are you doing with this Watchmen thing? Like, what is that? You're gonna fuck it up, I'm sure. And I was like, no, I'm gonna try not to.
Watchmen
He's
2?
like, all right, we'll see. I'll do your movie.
Spoiler alert. He
like,
did
"What?"
not
It
fuck up
wasn't that,
Watchmen.
he wasn't that crusty, but it was cool. It was like, but then he ended up like, of course, being amazing.
Language.
We became amazing friends, and he's done everything with me since then. And then Patrick, of course, is the genius production designer.
Woo! Give it up.
Who came in to do this movie and then stayed through Justice League, you know, like, so, you know, great to have him. So thanks for coming out.
Incredible panel.
No hummus commercial, though that is a great origin story as well.
Damon, I would like to start with you. You
What's
are
up, Lawrence?
famously known, of course, for designing the warehouse fight scene, which I think everyone in this room would agree
Oh, hell yes.
is without question
Ooh.
The best Batman moment
the
ever.
best Batman sequence of all time.
Thank you.
I want to get your opinion on why you think
Absolutely.
that scene continues to resonate with audiences to this day.
Well, I would say that I'm a fan. There's a part inside me that I'm just an 8-year-old kid still, and thank God I found a career where I could continue to keep that side alive. And that's just the way I always wanted to see Batman move, and obviously had this gentleman to go, yeah, let's go nuts.
Yeah,
here."
thanks God you had the skill set to then make that happen. That's like a nice, that's a
wanna
nice
go
perfect
nuts?
storm
Let's go
of.
nuts.
This is one thing if someone's like, oh, it's cool. I'd love to see Batman fight in a cool way, but like Damon knows how to do that, so that's a good. That's good. That's good.
Thank you, and an amazing team we have. Obviously, you know, I keep a lot of talented people around me that share the same passions, and you know, likewise, Zach's leading from the front always. So, it's just pure passion is what it was created out of, and yeah, it's really flattering and humbling to see how people receive it to this day.
There's something I want to follow up with you on because I saw this on Screen Rant that you, and I didn't know this until today, you play Joe Chill also in the beginning of the movie.
Really?
The one who kills Martha. So in
Wow.
a way, you get to kill Martha and
Guilty
then
as
eventually
charged, sorry.
save Martha.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
It
Is
is
that
odd.
parallel intentional? Zach, is that
Team
some meta
play.
thing that you did?
Yeah, no, but it's cool. Because I just was like, I like Damon in the movies. You know, I just like him in the movies. He's really actually a good actor, and you know, he's always very humble. But like, I just like putting him in the movies. So I was like, oh, you should be Joe Chill. You should kill the Waynes.
So I guess to say this man has
And he's
chill.
like, all right, okay, I guess.
Chill out, Nick.
It was free. It's freezing. It was so cold.
All right,
But,
everybody.
yeah, no, and he did a great job.
Was that Chicago?
It was Chicago. and
Chill.
that was the coldest time I've ever.
I think isn't there like
Everyone behind
isn't there like
camera
deleted
literally
scenes from
had
the warehouse
this-
scenes? So like
this
there
CW
should be an
guy.
extended
We were on
version
an
of that
artwork
somewhere. I'd love
expedition,
to
and
see
Damon was,
that.
like, normal.
Yeah, I would
He
love
was,
to
like,
see
in
that
a leather
too.
jacket.
It's more Batman.
Well
You
worth
kidding
it,
me?
but yeah, it was a chilly evening.
And
Oh,
the-
jeez.
All the cameras fucked up, so it was like that's how cold it
It was
was.
a
the
chilly
warehouse
evening. There you
used to be
go.
Called this, Martha Rescue, wasn't it? When you guys were working on it?
Yeah, that's what we in prep. That's just what we coined it. We'll,
Right.
we'll give scene sequences just nicknames to understand what we're working on, etc. But yeah, March of Rescue was the.
That's one of the first things you guys shot, wasn't it?
it was
It
the
literally
first-
was, I think, the very first thing. And like
Wow.
we had this thing of starting movies with an action sequence. Like when we did Watchmen, we started with the comedian fight. Comedian fights Ozymandias in his apartment.
Something
And
just
so
happened?
it was funny because production was always like, "Don't do that. You guys are going to get so far behind on that." And we were like, "No, we know what we're doing. We're not gonna. Don't worry, we're okay." But it was always good for all of us to get up to speed on with something like that because it's complex and it's a lot of different departments having to work together, and you know, it gives everyone a chance to kind of feel each other out, see how it's going to be, and it always, to me, it's always like a great way to start. And we didn't get behind. You know, we actually did our jobs correctly, and it was good.
Yeah, it takes the edge off a little bit to get one of those in the can. All
Yeah.
right, sweet, let's go. Builds momentum.
And there's always cool shots you do, so everyone's like, "Oh, that was cool," and you get it. You know, it gets you psyched up. It's not like, "Oh, we shot the scene where they like blah 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 whatever." You know, it's not as fun. You know, it's not like, "Oh, Batman just came to the roof and started killing guys." Okay, that's great. Like,
Zach,
now we're into it.
do you edit while you shoot?
Edit while I mean, you know, normally we run editorial runs alongside the movie, so you know, you can go up and I can go up and look at, you know, an assembly of the thing, see if it's working. But we don't really rely on the cut of the movie to say like, oh, did we get everything we need? Every now and then, like, you know, with Dodie, who I'm working with now, she's really fast, super fast, and will send me a text that says like, you know, do you think we need a shot of blah blah blah? And I'll like, and then he'll send me the sequence on my phone. I'm like, oh no, it's okay, or yeah, fuck, you're right. So yeah, but I think in that case we had a lot of coverage, and the previs was so good, so we were just trying to get what those guys had like laid down.
DJ, obviously this movie focuses heavily on the formation of the Trinity, which we know is going to be incredibly important, but I think it gets overlooked how the work that you did in visual effects on the other Justice League characters that we meet in this film it really ends up becoming the blueprint for how they are presented in later films. It's brief, but I was wondering if you could talk a bit about the process of coming up with how you're going to show the different powers of say, Flash and Cyborg and Aquaman. Aquawoman would also be great. Yes, thank you. Sorry.
We really
Moa has long hair in it. I got confused. Which one was the challenge and which one came together quickly? And if you could answer in Larry Fong's voice, I would appreciate it.
Hello.
Wes.
Oh, you don't get a microphone.
Yeah. I'll just
Hello, folks.
I'll feed you the lines and you can tell everybody.
Wes.
Wes, can you come and answer the question?
Answer the dang question.
Ezra, Flash, I think, was like those pre-production days. That was
really
the
very first thing we shot was
right?
Ezra.
And the main thing I remember about that was it was sponsored by Doritos, and somehow the visual effects department ended up with bags of Doritos around forever. It was cool.
That's good for you guys.
Yeah, it was good. But we didn't really have to do much to develop him because that was the lightning flashes at the time. We didn't really nail him down till Justice League. Right?
Yeah, the only tricky thing was that weird milk, him holding the milk container.
Yeah,
we had
the
to
milk,
like figure out if he could like, it drops a teeny bit.
Well, the milk container was CG. That was the thing. Yeah, he had to go and come back and he had to catch it before it dropped. And then Aquaman proved our dry for wet theory because we shot it wet.
We shot it wet and it was a mistake.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass.
It was the worst.
Like, forget it.
It's the
We'll
worst
never do
idea
a
we
whole
had.
movie like that.
I remember we were like, oh yeah, let's just shoot it underwater. That's so cool.
Yeah.
And we were like, that is not cool. We shot it like in a weird swimming pool in like Detroit, like in this weird. I remember like also when Jason showed up, remember like he was. We had to put all the tattoos on him, remember? And he was like basically half naked and everyone was like participating. Suddenly everybody showed up to want to put on the tattoos. I was like, where were you guys like 5 minutes ago? Came out like, oh, I'll help. I was like, oh, really? Okay. Yes, I remember that. But it was such a weird, we had like green screen in the pool and it was like,
Yeah.
it was not.
And then we vowed never to do it again.
We said that was a mistake.
And then Cyborg was very weird, right? Because you had a design for the whole lab, but we could only put the
foreground
dressing in, right? Not the far background stuff in. So that was like a weird green screen thing too. So we shot that here, didn't we?
I thought we did shoot that here, right?
Yeah.
Weirdly,
Not
like
here.
Yeah. Right when we got back.
Yeah, it was like by the airport. Remember?
Yeah, I do remember. Yeah, and then we.
Right.
But it was cool in Justice League because then we had to recreate that thing only like in a real giant set, like in a real lab. So that was kind of fun to like retroactively then actually build a thing that we hadn't built. That was cool.
Yep.
All right, I want to stay on
But
Ezra.
we did. Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to stomp on that. But what I remember about Aquaman was that's where we came up with the, what do we call it? The hydrokinetic movement.
Oh, right. That's right.
Okay. We were like, well, when he has to leave this thing in the wide shot from the robot camera, should he be like, we didn't want him like Oh, my God.
Oh yeah. He wasn't gonna do that.
On a pink seahorse. Yeah, the picture. So that was when we said he's just gonna be like Superman. He's just gonna go because he can control that. Yeah, that set the tone for everything.
Hydrokinetic.
Hydrokinetic.
I don't know if you guys know this,
Bullshit.
but there was so much curiosity in the fan base of just like, how is this going to look, especially Aquaman and the way that he moved through. And I remember
Before you saw him.
before
or-
we saw
yeah.
it, yes, before we saw it. 'cause
We
then-
also were curious.
Yeah, we were curious. We were Aquaman curious.
I mean,
Aquaman
so
looks
everybody
so
else
cool in the
apparently.
SnyderVerse.
yeah,
Yeah,
this
he
is the
is.
first time
Yeah, so
Aquaman
bad.
has been on the
Clip
big
up
screen,
Vero,
though.
which was
Yeah.
Jason swimming.
Yeah.
To,
And it's like it is comic accurate as well.
Oh,
like
the
there is
Get It.
runs
Yeah.
where he does
That was
look
cool.
like that.
Yeah, I
That
put
was the first thing we shot for Justice.
It's really cool.
All the time
Yeah.
he does that.
that. Yeah, and remember, it was like one of the first shots we got back. Because
Yeah.
remember, I filmed it off the. I
remember
filmed it
you
off the
filming
screen.
It, and
Yeah.
Hirota and I were looking at each other like, "What's he doing?" Like we signed a thing not to do that. you
Yeah.
know?
I never signed that.
Zach's like, "I'm putting this out
I
today."
never signed that. I don't care what the lawyers say. Yeah.
All right, I want to stay on Ezra because we have a question that came in from Vero, and thank you very much, guys, for submitting your questions. This
should
one
have done
says,
that.
"The Flash in the Batcave telling Bruce that Lois is the key is one of my favorite scenes ever. Would we at any point have seen the other side of that, seeing the scene from the Flash's
Oh,
Absolutely. Yeah, the whole thing was that we would. Well, I guess we were talking about it
he's
just a
being
minute
very
ago, that
careful.
The idea was that in whatever Justice League that would have been, Justice League 2, I guess, you would have seen a scene. There was a scene where they were getting ready to. Flash was getting ready to go back in time, and the idea was that he said to Bruce, no, Bruce said to him, like, that there were two possible windows in which he could jump back through time. And Bruce said, well, which one would you have gone through if I didn't say anything? And he said, well, we were going to go through this one. He said, don't go through that one because you went through it. It didn't work. I said, you can't. So go through the other one. So you would have seen that, right? So then he would have gone to the correct moment.
And he had to tell him something.
He chose his words
Yeah, you would
very
have to tell him,
carefully.
yeah.
Mhm.
Which at that time was that in the other reality was that the child of Lois Lane's child was his. That's what he told Bruce to make him believe that he was really from the future.
Well, look at how slow he talked in this thing versus the other ones. He was being very cognizant of every syllable.
We need a chart. We need some of those.
You
Terry,
need a chart.
we need
It
some of those.
exists.
The
those
chart
chart-
exists. Yeah,
It
that's true.
exists. It's-
Yeah, you might be. You might be wearing it. Yeah, you are wearing it.
Kinda.
I am.
Yeah.
I am.
Yeah.
It's on there.
Yeah.
Along those lines, this is also submitted by Vero. Thank you very much, guys, for sending it in. Zach, during the Pizza Film School recently, you mentioned that Chris Terrio had a bag of Post-it notes. Can you give us an idea or reference from those notes that you really wanted to use or just loved but couldn't for some reason?
Oh, there's so many. But you know what? Off the top of my head, I can't think of any Post-it note that was like a gem that we just couldn't use. I feel like we really tried to shoehorn all the notes, the Post-it notes, into the movie. And by the way, I couldn't decipher the Post-it notes anyway. So it was really his domain and his like secret filing system that kept him, the perfect amount of mystery. So that there's no way we could get rid of him because he was like the arbiter of all those Post-it notes. So yes, I don't know, but tomorrow you can ask him, or we can ask him if he shows up.
A little
Oh,
tease.
yeah, what?
Little
Oh.
tease. He might be
Here
on the
we
panel
go. Here we go.
tomorrow. Any Terrio
Oh.
fans in the audience here?
So Chris Terrio's going
Yeah,
to be on the panel
exactly.
tomorrow. That's
Looks
cool.
like it.
Now you got to come, Chris. Now you have to come.
Yeah, now he really does have to. He probably won't be like a pull a Larry Fong on us, but that's fine.
Patrick, I would love to discuss because this film introduces Batman and the entire corner of Batman in that universe in a way that we have never seen before. And so if you could talk a bit about your inspirations for his Batcave in particular and how it reflects his personality, and even this iteration of the Batmobile, which I'm going to assume is not his first, the way that he's constantly innovating.
No.
Wes.
Another microphone.
Yeah, so it started with a quick meeting I had with Zach. Actually, Zach, he told me about what the character was first. You know, he's a different guy. He's a bigger guy. He's an older guy. He's bald. That kind of thing. All those things sort of got me going. And so there's a simplicity in the shape of the Batcave. I didn't want it to be ornamental, based on my discussion with Zach, and you have to be bold, simple, and also everything should be hanging. The concept of the bat, to me, was important to have everything sort of hanging. Like even the bat wing was hanging. The car, when the windows open, like bat wing. The theme of bat. I mean, even the lab was. Sorry, even the lab was like all suspended. So this idea, the concept of the bat, was very prominent, at least in my head, and we showed stuff to Zach and seemed to have reacted to that. Other than that, it's bold and strong and no ornamental pieces. And I felt that made it different. Felt like that Batcave was not trying to be pretty. It was just practical. It was not meant he hadn't carved the cave to build his cave. The cave was there. He built his building in it, fitting that cave. It was a sense that like, he didn't transform something, he just built it. And also there's a sense of very modular. You talk about someone that keeps.
I love what they did with the Batcave.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Yeah.
It's my favorite Batcave.
It looks like it could be augmented, diminished, changed. That's kind of the idea. This is all based on a 10-minute talk with Zach at the beginning. Really? I mean, I gotta say, you know, you sometimes spend time with directors.
And he like designed the Batmobile and a napkin.
Yeah.
Like...
That's actually a drivable car, by the way.
Yeah, it is.
I want it.
So after that, it's your job to kind of but that was enough for me to go somewhere, obviously.
Patrick, one additional character I'd love you to elaborate on is Lex. This is a totally different version of Lex. It's a younger version of Lex. What were some of the inspirations that Zach maybe spoke to you so you can form Lex Core, and then how he would be presented?
I mean, Zach, you got
Max Landis.
The Google vibe, this kind of a new generation.
Yeah, it's a Google vibe. He's a tech billionaire.
Multimedia kind of characters. So that's kind of where we went with this. I like one thing that Zach wanted to see is like the beginning, the entrance of this building was made of like playful games and little areas which you see on those modern companies, and that was kind of the vibe for him. That's kind of where we went with this.
And then we also had that little nostalgic old LexCorp neon sign in the basketball by the basketball court. Yeah, that I really always like that old sign. Like, oh, that's where we started, or his dad, or whatever.
The basketball court, on the back of it. Yeah, I mean, it sort of fits the character. That was kind of what was, you know, he came up, and there was this character that was very strong, and you knew this kind of the world he would be living in.
It's weird how Zach kind of sort of like foretold with that whole LexCorp thing as well, especially with like what Elon Musk changed his company name to like X Corp or some shit.
Yeah.
Or imitating life.
Right.
Or predicting life, really.
Detroit's in the house.
That's the blueprint, man. I'm telling you.
By the way, I live 40 minutes from where
that
this
was
movie was
across the
filmed.
street from our studio, and it was like this abandoned
Lucky
automotive. I don't know what. I think it was Ford.
Let it be known, Zack Snyder is a prophet.
Distribution. It was a parts distribution office. It was like an incredibly. It was a big building. It wasn't like a small affair, and we were able to use it and really build onto it. It's cool. Yeah, it was a beautiful lobby actually.
We really did use Detroit for Detroit. I mean, Detroit was really the basis of Gotham.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo!
I mean, the fact
You
that
live in Gotham, Nick.
I live in Metro Gotham, but yes. I am Batman.
There you go.
I knew it augmented in CG as well, so I felt. Yeah, you did. Oh, you did? Oh, I thought you did that.
Detroit equals Gotham. It has been confirmed. It is canon.
Oh, Damon. So yeah.
Larry Fonged it.
So yeah. So.
Damon, there's a ton of work being done now by directors that work hand in hand with their stunt collaborators in the John Wick franchise. You see guys like David Leitch and Chaz Stahelski who are pushing that through. I don't hear a ton about how much Zach interacts with the stunt team.
Like, no, I
He's
don't.
very cruel. He's very cold. No, sorry. Go ahead.
I guess how much freedom does he give you to come up with what you want to come up with? and how much input is he giving you along the way in the process?
Tremendous freedom, but we've always met early on in early production. Zach and I will meet in concept design and just discuss, and that's really where we get our outline in our brains and in the texture of what he's desiring, and we just kind of play with concepts there. Then I'd get a team of guys and start to create walkthroughs, structures, just skeletons. He can oversee those and go, yes, keep that, change that, I love it, go nuts now, and then he just lets us go into the petri dish and go a little crazy.
Yeah, because like all the guys, I mean, like these guys that we worked with over the years, these. I mean,
Us
these are
too.
like,
Us too.
Our friends. Like I see them all in every movie. The same group of guys. It's like not. I mean, it's literally. I mean, Rich is in every single movie I've made. Like literally, he's like.
It must be
He's
so
literally
cool to
made
make
it through every
movies with
single
your
movie. He's like
friends.
I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that's the dream, really.
A lot of stripes on it.
Trust me, Sam,
Yeah,
it's
so anyway,
just as good
yeah.
at making YouTube content with your friends.
And it's just as good at making comics with your friends.
There you go.
That you eventually do in Justice League as well too, which is that you open essentially on a scene that was pivotal from the previous movie. The idea to, well, you show it to us from a different point of view. The idea to put Bruce on the ground in Metropolis during the invasion, the idea of showing us Superman's scream opening the mother boxes. I'm curious if there's a deeper narrative backing behind that you want to start in a way to kind of bridge to the previous film, or it's just is that coincidence?
Makes the transition seamless.
I guess for me, it's just because the stories are so intertwined, it's just important to catch you up on what's happening specifically in the moment you just left, and that, I think by backtracking a teeny bit or overlapping, it allows the continuity of the story to continue. And I think that really that's the main reason. I mean, in BVS, in this movie, you have there's a real cyclical nature to the film. Starts with a casket, ends with a casket.
It's like poetry. It rhymes.
It's very a circular kind of affair, but it does lead into Justice League, and it does come from Superman. So that was also really important to me. So.
And then before we turn it over to you guys in the audience, I have one more I wanted to ask about. Excuse me. It's clear that the Ultimate Edition of BVS is the definitive version. I don't think there's anybody here.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's what we were watching today.
I mean, you hear from virtually every fan that they prefer.
Wait, there's another version?
Yeah, I know. Isn't that weird, Sammy? They keep saying that.
So
To be
weird.
Completely candid with you, I connected with the Ultimate Edition more than I did the theatrical cut. And I wanted to ask you if it's challenging to know that like the first step into the world of a story that you worked on is a version that might not be the Ultimate Edition, might not be the best one to put out there.
Look, the truth is that I have, you would think by now that people would know that I have a certain relationship with the director's cuts of my movies and my relationship to the marketplace and how that, I think if analyzed in retrospect over the course of my career, you can kind of see a bit of a pattern developing. And so, and maybe by the time it reached BVS, people kind of, mainstream pop culture hadn't really come around to or understood how that concept works with me. And I think that I'm okay with it because I understand that, movies are expensive and they are on one hand, this incredible vision of like what you think is cool and all that stuff. But on the other hand, they're a product that someone paid you a lot of money to make. So there's a balance there. And we all understand that, you have to, they own the movie in the end, right? It's their movie, it's their IP, it's everything. But and we're just kind of,
we do too, Dominic. We do too.
Movie. And so you have to, that balance is delicate. And so
don't you fall asleep, Jay Heat.
That this version of the movie exists at all.
Yeah, Jay Heat, don't fall asleep.
Ha.
Absolutely. Big round of applause.
Jared will laser eyes you.
I want to start taking
real
questions
quickly.
from the audience, and I believe we have
2 words.
with microphones
Power
who can
ring.
Come around to not work.
All right, here we go.
I hope it,
Might not
has
work.
an alarm on it.
This lady up
I
front
hope
was
someone
the first
asks.
one to put her hand up.
Well, someone's gonna
I'm
ask.
gonna go with her, but I'm definitely gonna get
Two
the
for
people.
two.
First question. First question.
So, I love
Front
all
row.
of the panelists here, but I would have loved it if you had also had Chris here because this question is kind of for the two of you. Yes, Chris Terrio. So, I will
anyway.
be here tomorrow.
Oh, you're not
but-
coming tomorrow? Okay, well, I'll relate it to him then.
But
Go
I
ahead.
Terrio
would
confirmed.
be really interested to know more about the creative collaboration between the two of you as it applies to the political intrigue of this story because it's so
Ooh.
pervasive and multifaceted.
Yeah.
False flag operations, retaliation against whistleblowers, and in particular, the use of a false testimony as a propaganda tool to fan the flames of conflict. In this case, it's between two superheroes and not two countries or political forces. But it conjures historical memories.
Oh,
and things
BVS
like
has
the
implications for
testimony
Ukraine
from
war.
1990 for the Gulf
I
War,
that's what she's
and,
implying.
Colin Powell with the WMDs. So if you could offer, as much time as you're able to give to this really big topic.
This
because
lady's smart.
It's
This
really
lady's
interesting,
really smart.
and it's such a
It's a good
unique
idea.
way
It's a good
to tell
question.
A superhero story that like none of these other superhero stories are going there, but you two went there.
Yeah, we were really yes. That's a great question.
That's a great question.
And I will say that this could be like its own college class we could teach about that. But instead, I will say that yes, Chris is very and was very interested in sort of unilateral like power and how that would be represented by Superman and/or Batman, and that on a local level or on a like global level, like the two of them represent kind of two tips of the spear in those two different arenas, and how on a micro level Batman is sort of affecting policy on the streets, a lot of street level, and Superman can be affecting policy on a global level. And like, what are those tools? Even just like subtly in like, if you're looking at maybe it's not that subtle, but like if you're looking at the protests against Superman outside the Capitol, there's like one of them has like a drone, like on a stick, because we were saying, it's that level of sort of how do you take an icon like Superman and superimpose those powers over whatever, the implications are of someone who's able to, say, manipulate world events in the way that he could. And even in our story, he's not really doing it to that level, but certainly there are forces around him that easily can take what he does and shape it in a way that when it gets to the public, it's sort of something else. And that's obviously a thing that, unless you're naive, could be happening in the real world every day. So that was really a thing we talked about all the time, and with many examples that, when you look at the movie, you can really see how it applied to the time we made it, and literally it really does stand the test of time. It
really does.
It does. It's really good.
And it's in a way that's not like ham-fested.
Oh my God!
Gosh,
It's like we can do political
the guy in
messages
a white shirt
without
in the
hammering
middle,
it.
all the way up
Yeah.
top there.
Someone's gonna ask.
Subtlety.
Yes, that went very caught my eye.
Thank you, and thank you, Zach, and everyone for putting this on this weekend.
Thanks for being here, you guys. Thank you very much.
Not all of superhero movies and comic book style films in the last decade or so, they've really shied away from showing, I think, real violence, whether it's towards humanity or even towards the villains.
That dude's wearing a Batman
There's
mask.
An aversion to showing something brutal or something that makes you feel small and helpless, kind of like what we see with Lex. Even your heroes might have to make giant sacrifices that can go against those moral compasses, be it killing or letting someone die. But what is it that you found that you wanted to explore in showing what I think is the reality of what these gods and demons can do in our world and the stakes for which they fight? Because their actions on our half, I think, feel so much more impactful when you see them succeeding or when you see everything that they're all capable of.
Wow. Okay. I guess, to me, and you know, I'm a fan of these characters. So, you know, to me, to challenge them is really my responsibility in some ways. You know, I do not. It's not my intention to, you know, tear them down. It's my intention to like try and understand them and their relevance. You know, if you the way you show them, whether it be vulnerable, whether it be confused, and whether it be like questioning the why of their existence, those are all things that as they are challenged by those things and or overcome those things, they become sort of, you lock them in as iconographic or as important, I guess, you know. And it's only by challenging them as icons that you end up with the real hero in the end, you know. And so that was the thesis that I had given myself as far as how these characters would be portrayed, that I would deconstruct them, but in an attempt to make them, you know, put them on a journey that sets them as what we believe they are, you know, or can be. So that was kind of, I don't know if that answers the question, but that's the why of it to me.
These are going to
I'll
make
go with
for
this man
some
right
amazing
here.
clips tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right in front there. Yeah.
I'm gonna clip the hell out of those.
Yeah,
They're
great
coming to you. They're
answers.
No, I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
Outside.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for coming in. Zach, thank you for all your movies. Big fan.
Thank you.
In this film, we see Diana in a picture in 1918 with Steve and her crew, which we eventually see in Wonder Woman. A couple years ago, you posted a picture of Wonder Woman 1854, and it was a storyline from Stephen Berkman, I believe. He shot the photo, right? Which is dope.
Yay, Stephen Berkman.
I want that
also
as a
Art
poster.
Center alumni and teacher.
Oh, okay. Awesome. What's unique about that photo is we see a lot of warriors from different cultures being represented. And for me, though it didn't maybe pan out because of whatever may have happened the past 10 years, saw a Sikh warrior right next to her right shoulder. And I wanted to say thank you for including me at that level because...
yeah, there you go.
You know, besides showing my people as, you know, taxi drivers or, you know, at that level, I really like that you showed off, even though it's very, you know, small, it meant a lot to me. As a fan, I really want to know how would have that storyline panned out. If you can shed some light. I know it's Crimea.
The idea, I don't know if I've talked about, have I talked about this? I don't know. The idea of it was that in those days, you know, because Diana was searching for the god of war, searching for Ares around the world, she would have gone to, in her sort of quest to find him, she ended up going to all the hot spots where all these conflicts were in the world. And then in those conflicts, looking for Ares, she would come across some amazing warrior on the battlefield that she would say, hey, I'm looking for this god of war. I need, you know, a team to help me. And that was the basic
And they're known as the A-team.
concept behind who all those guys were. And that they saw her on the battlefield and she was so insanely powerful that they were like, yeah, I guess in service of this goddess, like that, you know, is even more powerful than like the service of my country or whatever I'm doing, whatever political war I'm in. This goddess asking me to join her is like, that's like quite an honor.
I really want this movie. I really want this movie.
She's ended up with
Me too.
those cats that are with her from like
5,000 years old.
journey around the world.
Yeah, everyone's bringing that up in the
follow
chat.
up on that, Zach. What do you remember about the
She looks
first
great
day
for her
you heard
age.
Zimmer's theme for Wonder Woman?
Oh yeah, I remember being down in his little his crazy studio,
with the whole
which is
Wonder Woman
amazing,
theme.
down in Santa Monica. It's kind of like a, I don't know, it's kind of like a cool, I don't know what, it's like a, it has a lot of bookshelves and like sculptures in it. It looks a little bit like a Phantom of the Opera setup. In the middle, you're kind of on these old sofas. It's really cool. It's like, and then he was like, okay, here we go. This is it. What do you like? I think he kind of sprung it on me. Like he said, this is going to be, I think this is a cool way to introduce Wonder Woman. he played it, and we were literally, it's exactly as it is, and it just blew us away. And I remember just going like, wow, because we did talk about it being like this tribal kind of like visceral, like instead of, as a way to introduce Wonder Woman, I think a lot of people thought, or you could think about it in a lot of different ways, and that was kind of a surprise sound for her, but totally fits her.
Super Pro Corey.
and
I
it's
love it when a
thing
plan
that's
comes
endured,
together.
I think,
Exactly.
with her over the movies a little bit, and I think that just is a testament to how sort of unique and exciting it was, and I clearly I loved it.
It's even in Shazam.
All right.
Shout out to
Let's see,
Tina
where do we
Gao,
go?
the cello player for that song. She did an amazing job.
Yeah.
This guy right here with the beard.
I love the Wonder Woman theme.
Yeah.
Me too.
That's why I put in your intro.
Too as well. Visual effects
Thank-
questions, stunt questions.
No, I'm good.
Stunt visual effects.
Far more interesting.
Cinematography for Larry Fong down there.
Larry
Keep
Fong.
going, Zach.
Let's call Larry on the phone.
Cameras and lenses.
Okay, so last one, I mean, at least for Zach.
Call Henry
quick question.
Cavill.
So I know it was hinted essentially that Kara was one of the survivors from the ship. that opened
He's
bomb
asking the
skeleton.
question.
I was just curious when you were going to actually bring her in, if you had any thought of bringing her into one of the later movies.
No, tell the real story. Tell the real story that.
Oh, there's a real story.
There we go.
Tell the story that broke the studio at the time.
That broke the
where
studio.
that guy was,
I'm
or where that person went.
So remember, we like the idea that. Yeah.
Yeah,
what I'm talking
yeah,
about.
that. Well, like it's this whole thing with like
Ares and Zeus.
the
and-
gods and Ares and Zeus, and whether or not like Zeus was really possibly a Kryptonian.
Oh!
and that
Oh!
so that Wonder Woman's power.
Dude!
Anyway, you could sort of see where that's going.
Wait, did he
Whoa!
just the Kryptonian?
Because the whole thing of like
Holy!
whether or not
Super
magic
Wonder
and the
confirmed.
gods- there's a version.
How is that?
Okay,
You know what?
cool, I guess.
I'll let you have your win.
But like there's also the more sort of scientific.
That is
You have, like,
awesome.
mythology built up of like where do gods come from? Like what is that about?
That
And
is
so
so
anyway, we had
cool.
played around with that quite a bit.
They were the comic.
Man,
relief.
if they had done that, that's insane.
Yeah.
If that flew
Whoa!
off, yeah, that would have been insane.
He killed his
Because
crew.
the scary ship like crashed
Wait,
about
you can't
5,000
just
years.
throw that out there.
It landed before the Amazon showed up.
That's not.
Yeah.
That
I just
requires
did.
some follow-up.
Whoa. And they didn't want to do that?
To be fair,
We have a lot of conversations
Yeah,
about
we
this
do.
stuff. So
Aren't you glad DJ came instead of Larry?
Jeez. Larry might have said that too.
All right, other questions. That man right there had his hand up first. Yes, you, sir. Yes. That Batman had his hand up first. You're next, Batman. I'll get you. I promise.
Hey, Zach. Thank you for taking my question. My brother and I came out from New Jersey for this. Very happy to be here.
Jersey.
I'm going to ask you something that I've been wondering.
Where in Jersey?
Verona by Montclair.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to ask you something that I've been wondering about since the first Batman versus Superman trailer. One of the elements that you introduced in that trailer was the dead Robin suit in the Batcave.
Oh.
Death at the hands of the Joker was teased again in Suicide Squad and your version of Justice League, but was never shown on screen. What were the events leading up to and resulting in Robin's death in your universe?
Oh.
That's a
Gonna
good
make
question.
me happy or mad.
I'll
I'm
do a
just telling
brief.
you right
I'll
now.
do a brief one because I think that that's still something that would be cool for people to see at some point.
Oh!
So I don't want to ruin it.
Dude's
entirely.
hinting. Dude's
It may
hinting.
never happen, but
Like on Netflix.
Oh.
yeah, nice.
we thought
But
we thought Zack Snyder's Justice League wouldn't happen.
yeah, that's
so.
true. They said
Dude, I think
You just all but confirmed
So-
it.
So suffice it to say that, like, to hurt Batman, obviously, he has at that point he had his real vulnerability was Robin, right? And so I think that what's obvious is that
Look, he said stay tuned.
the Joker understood that. right? And all I'll say is that, you know, I think I've talked about this a little bit, haven't I? That, you know, he blew him up, or it looks like he's scorched him.
That's what happens in the comic.
I think beyond that.
Come on, 2 words, JT.
Because I feel like it's a spoiler for maybe a thing that will never need to be spoiled, but we should wait to see, don't you think, a little bit?
Yes. Why else would he say it? Why would he just say it?
Can I try a Joker follow-up? It might be a spoiler for something that we might get to see at some point in the near future. At some point.
What?
In the
What?
nightmare sequence of Justice League, it's made very clear that Batman had to bring Joker along because he was
Something we
going
might
to
wanna
be
see
important somehow. How might he be important to the mission they're trying to complete?
Our theory is that he's the one that knows where the kryptonite, what shards of kryptonite exist. He has that information. And so he's being carried. So he's basically made a deal with Batman. Don't kill me, and I'll show you. I'll get you.
That makes
the tool
sense.
to fight Superman. And so he's kind of stuck with him in that way. And so, like, if he kills him or gets rid of him, then he's
That makes so
screwed
much
himself.
sense.
So who's
going to give him the
Yes!
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
oh my gosh!
We're
Okay,
getting
there's a
him,
couple
Zack!
other people.
Dude!
Batman.
Dude!
Over here, Batman.
Did that shit just happen?
That happened.
I'm not misinterpreting this, right?
No.
First of all, I just want to preface.
I may
and
have to make
say
an
that,
appointment with their dad
as someone
soon.
Who lost a stepbrother to suicide. This
What's he
entire
asking?
thing Means a lot to me, so I don't think.
All right, Superboy Corey, take it easy.
To a powerful movement.
Awesome, brother.
Oh, he just shouted out the Snyder Cut movement.
Thanks for sharing that.
I've been wondering for all you guys. I know that the Batman, Superman, Batman v Superman team up movie has been in creative development for in creative development for a long time, and I just wondered if there were any initial ideas that all you guys had that the studio kind of rejected or kind of like mandated that you not do, and if there was anything that you could share about bringing
The one that you saw.
because Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman are such big iconic, characters. Was there anything that maybe you're like, okay, let's put a pin in that, and maybe we'll just beat them down, and we'll just, have the fans rally and get stuff done?
The one that you saw.
The one that we saw?
Yeah, I mean,
He's
like,
climbing up.
ways,
He's climbing up.
Yeah, I mean, that was the thing that Chris and I,
World's finest,
sort of
anyone?
wrote the movie or talked about this version of the movie, it was not the version of the movie necessarily that the studio was. Like, it was not like a big fun romp where those two are like, just you can imagine. I think that there's a version like, I'm sure the version of the movie that's on the poster in I Am Legend is more of the movie. Whatever that movie was going to be was probably the movie that they wanted.
Remember that?
You know what I mean? So I don't know. I don't have that script, but that was it. But you can just tell by the poster that it seemed more fun. But not epic. Yeah. But
Hell
fun.
yeah.
Hilarious. I bet there was a lot of zingers in it. Like they were zinging each other the whole time. They probably hurt each other more with zingers than actual blows.
Hey, Zach.
Like there was comments about like, why is your underwear on the outside of your pants? And he's like, why's yours?
Zach, I
This
remember
is an alien uniform.
Remember when you kept coming
That's
back
so
to me
funny.
saying we have to.
Yeah, agreed,
The
Sammy.
MPAA wants us to.
Hey, was it brain?
Remember, we couldn't do the blood splat on the wall.
Yes.
Right from the crate, which is
Yes.
in the one that you like, but not
You
in
guys
the
saw the
theatrical.
blood on the wall.
But we kept taking all those things out, and it was still getting an R rating. And then you got that note from them. Well, we just think that Batman's too mean to Superman.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, and we're
God.
like,
Oh.
Can you really comment on that? You
Yeah,
guys?
I didn't think that was like in your domain.
Not mean enough.
Like to just not like the idea of them fighting, and so now it's R.
Yeah, this is gonna be. If this happens,
That
it's gonna
was-
be
yeah,
nuts,
Even
bro.
the MPAA.
Yeah, they were just like, we think it's rude that they're fighting, and I was like,
Have you
I'm
read a
sorry,
comic
it's in the
book?
title. It's like,
Is that in your list of?
yeah.
That's the title they
notes
wanted.
of R rating? No, I
Yeah,
don't
it
see
says
it here.
NC-17. This is an X.
This is
Cut that part out.
Yeah, yeah. Is there any way you could cut them fighting now? That'd be cool. How about they
This
just
has been
team up and
amazing
like
so
each
far.
other?
Yeah.
Cannot
What about that?
complain. I
Violence,
cannot
language,
complain.
and a mean superhero.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
And
Wait, can y'all guys hear me?
yeah.
Yeah, I can.
Can't
Yeah.
they just like, maybe they like argue at the first act, but then they shake hands and then like they fight the bad guy together. I go, well, they kind of fight the bad guy together at the end. Then you see
Yes.
that? And they're like,
Hey, what's up,
"No,
Prime
they
the
were, like,
Godfather?
fighting
What's
before."
up?
It's this kind of attitude that is ruining
DJ,
Hollywood.
when I put the
Thank
question
God
out,
for people like Zack
to
Snyder.
Twitter followers
Yes,
about
love
something
that
they
guy.
wanted to know about this film, there was a lot of talk about Metallo and sketches that were potentially out there
Metallo.
for that character to be
Metallo.
included. Was that
Metallo, it's not
is that going way, way
Metallo.
back? Yeah.
Yeah. We actually did
It's a common
like a
misconception.
previs test. Remember? We actually modeled him and everything.
Metallo,
Whatever.
thank
Yeah, because
What?
you had a design for that, right? So we built that and had him like by the Washington Monument and that whole thing. Yeah. That didn't make it.
It's another one of those things.
Well, we
Well,
know he
'cause
didn't make it.
It was a,
That was Scoot's character
yeah, that's
originally.
right.
Yeah.
That's what Scoot
Scoot.
McNair
Scoot,
was
yeah,
gonna
Scoot.
be.
I honestly
Yeah.
think Metallo should have been the
That
end
was a
villain
whole
instead of
different
Doomsday.
movie.
Yeah, that would have been
it was a completely
cool.
Different weirdo movie.
I could
that
see it.
Changed.
Particularly if he's like adapting
All right, anything
technology,
else
he
out
could
here?
get to that
Yes,
level
sir,
where
right
you
here.
need the Trinity.
Yeah.
Okay, they're coming.
Oh, microphone.
Microphone guy.
Zach, thank you for all the verisimilitude you put in this movie. Great. My favorite thing about your filmography is the way you do semiotics. I know you have to communicate that to your crew, but how much and to what depth do you communicate that to your cast?
Okay, in what sense? Sort of.
Like, well, here's what we're doing with this scene that's a little bit beyond the surface.
Oh yeah. Well, I think in the process of making the movie, when you first you meet with the actors and talk about what the movie is, and the script, by the way, is always like a jumping off point, and there's always subtext in the way the script is written anyway. And then when I go through the drawings with them, there's always that next sort of layer, and then it's the discussions about what they would bring and how free they are to kind of keep digging. And I always try to encourage them to go. There's no like, I don't think, oh, that's too much. Like you're making it too complicated. Like that's not a thing. There's always the thing about making a movie is you can always take things out. It's not like it's easy to
Wizard
like
Blaine.
to trim back a concept or like a point of view, but it's really you can't create that in the editorial process. You can't say, "Oh, it'd be cool if there was more depth to this moment," because that's not. It was never there, but it's easy to take it out, and so I don't.
I'm gonna
mean to
watch those after
overshoot, but I
this.
tend to a little bit. Yeah. I always feel like I've barely got enough footage. I always feel like that. Yeah, I always feel like that. I literally am like, there's no way the scene we can make it with those small amount of shots that we have. Never is. Yeah. Not by us anyway.
Oh, there's a dig at Joss Whedon. Look at how I would have rubbed it in laughter.
PTSD from that.
Oh, PTSD.
Oh.
I didn't go, I'm happy to say.
Oh my God, that's
I just wanna
awesome.
Suck
follow
it,
up
Joss
on
Whedon.
that I've seen Zach been privy to conversations where he's actually had to lean in on an actor or actress to try and get them to go there again, wanting to go beyond, and then he can reel it back.
He wants
So
Batman to
really
go
goes-
beyond.
Nice,
Which
nice,
is
Nick.
how you
I
know
love
how to
that
bring
one.
it back to where it needs to be.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
It was too showy for the moment, and what? It's a great question. Too showy for what the moment was. It was more real world, we need to kill this guy. So, and Latif could do that with a spin kick, but for the overall tone, it didn't fit. Great question.
All right, right up front there, black shirt, like 2 rows back from the middle.
This one's from Patrick Totopoulos. I mainly know your work for stuff like Godzilla and Underworld. So what's the difference between doing stuff like monsters and doing superheroes?
That's a good question.
What's the difference between doing like monsters and superheroes when you have to design them?
There's no difference. You did this, really?
The internet needs it.
So you're asking me what's the difference between that and doing a superhero movie? To me, it's the same. It's all about characters that define. They live in a world, and this world has to fit the character, and vice versa. I think one of the things I've always tried to do is to keep working on character and creatures as well as the sets for one reason, because I think they belong to the same thing, and it makes sense. There's a logic in the design, and that's why I'm always interested in projects that brings those creatures or characters. In the case of Batman, Superman, or all the characters that go around, I always have a little pass at it, and we look at it with Zack. It's not my job to necessarily design the creature, but bring some ideas on the table, and that's super important for me. I don't think I want to do films that don't have characters and creatures and things like that. This is kind of what I do. It makes the sets also very organic. You think more organically than super, like I said, in this case, we have some very bold building. This was the Batman that Zack created. But overall, I like to bring organic into the world of the design, my design, and that's why creature fits the same way. You design the same way, you design character, you design sets. It's not that far off to me. They all blend together at the end.
Yeah, because think about the difference between sort of hard reality of the Batcave and then the super organic sort of deconstructed Wayne Manor. It's like, crumbling above him, and the tomb and the overgrown grounds, which are really not sharp and hard, but really kind of soft and forgotten. And I think that sort of contrast is really.
Look at the Batmobile. For me, it's not a car. It's a creature. I always looked at it, that's why it's got wings. That's why it's got a chin. It's got a face.
It roars like a tiger.
It comes alive to me if it's something like that. I just couldn't make a car. That's why we always. The first design is always a sketch that comes out of nowhere. It's not like looking at other cars to start designing. We do the first thing, always a small, the Batmobile, I keep saying this, but the first time I met you and I went directly to a Starbucks and started to sketch the Batmobile, the first thing I did, because I felt this is where everything was for me in my world of design, is that to create.
You went to Starbucks and did that?
I did. Because that was the closest. I was so anxious. That was the first place I could see.
It was the only place open.
Yeah. So
I picture you I
wanted
in
him
the
to go to
south
a
of
bar.
France with a fine wine, and you're at Starbucks.
I went to Provence.
It's the most gorgeous Batmobile, I think, in a long time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Starbucks,
Nice.
Fortunately.
That's the way it is. Yes. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's it.
This also, Ben Affleck has his own Batcave in his house.
Terrific question. All right, this is unfortunately going to be our last question for the day, and I'm going to go to that person right there in the middle in the white shirt with their hand up raised. Yes.
Aw.
That's you, right? Yeah. Don't turn around. You stand up, and a mic will come to you.
So it's kind of like a.
And we will be discussing this
It's kind of
afterwards.
like a SnyderVerse related question. But
So don't go anywhere.
I loved it. Casting was perfect. Casting for Justice League, Batman vs Superman, perfect. I don't know if you're familiar with Doomsday Clock, but I was wondering if that was in your vision, or if what you think of it, and was that ever gonna come to fruition
Good
eventually in the
question.
future?
Zach's like, what?
Which one was Doomsday Clock?
It was the crossover between Watchmen characters.
Yeah,
and,
was that the
DC.
Jeff Johns?
Yeah, Jeff
comic?
Johns. Yeah.
Yeah, probably not.
Oh! He just knocked Jeff Johns! Oh! Oh my God!
Mic drop.
DJ!
Oh my God.
DJ!
Oh!
Like
We
I
don't
said,
talk about that
like
guy.
I said.
Oh!
Probably.
Oh!
There is some bad blood.
On a more positive.
I felt all right. I felt all right. We should have just gone to the lobby. That
A
would've
quick
been
one right
perfect.
here. A quick one. A quick positive one.
Another hour longer. What is a sequence or something that you had
Okay, yeah, we were talking about it. I think I talked about it a little on the live stream. There's a scene, and we shot it. I can't even barely remember it. It's the scene where Clark went down to the house, the room below, the apartment below, to fix the leak in the ceiling from them spilling the water out of the bathtub.
Oh yeah, yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, and like and it was Bukowski. It was Misha. We called her Mrs. Bukowski because she lived below, and she was like always banging her like her broom on the roof. They'd be like, "Hey, what's going on up there? You guys are making a lot of noise."
That was an hour. This whole little scene was an hour.
No, it wasn't an hour. Well, it was
Master
like
Sergeant,
long.
yes, that is the bird.
Yeah, so there's.
Do we have any That 70 Shows clips? Because we need them right now.
I'm gonna play your intro clip for that. That's that much of a burn.
Lois and Clark, who was angry that the water kept spilling out of the tub every night. Wah, wah.
Well, maybe they should quit banging in the tub. Like, seriously.
No, into their bathroom.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. So.
All right, we have to wrap there because Zach is gonna be signing. But
oh my God.
we got to see
She turned out to
Batman.
be a superhero too. No, I'm just kidding. She wasn't.
Dawn of Bukowski.
She was nobody.
We want to thank everyone for coming out to watch Batman versus Superman Ultimate
you, guys.
Edition. Your panel was Zack Snyder, Damon Caro, DJ Jardine, and Patrick Tatopoulos. Thank you very much.
Am I gonna be able to buy
Everyone for
signed
coming,
merch?
and thank you on Vero for watching us as well too. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much.
Okay, wait 1 minute. Sit in your
Debbie
seat.
Oh,
what's going on?
Okay, we're
Oh my
gonna
God.
do our drawing,
raffle.
and also we're gonna make room for the signing. So you're gonna give us a moment.
Thank you, Debbie.
Just a moment.
The raffle.
Okay, but raffle.
Wait, oh yeah,
Why-
the
why-
stereo.
why-
We're gonna go
No, no
up
one's
and
getting
get
this.
ready
No
for
one's
you
getting
guys,
that.
and Wes is
This is
gonna do
mine.
the raffle.
That's the hand painted one.
Watch,
no,
Jared.
it's not-
You
it's not
win
fair.
it. Watch. You're gonna be the one that wins it.
I'm gonna freaking flip this chair if that happens.
Yeah. Oh, we're getting a picture.
Okay.
One more thing.
Look at that classy dude.
So classy.
I'm gonna do the raffle, but you guys are gonna go set up because you guys have more stuff to do. And you can go with them for the signing. Okay, next year. So we're gonna
Here
start
it
with this
comes.
one. So get your blue tickets out.
Signed trilogy.
And winner number one is 102794.
Oh yeah, it's one of those like numbered things.
I hope someone snuck my name in there.
Yeah, I don't have a number. I don't know what's.
Someone's got it, so I'm gonna leave that there.
Yeah, that's my number. That's mine.
And the winner is Justice League 2. Yes.
The winner is you get a DVD copy of the entire Pentilogy.
102738. One more of those. Hold on.
Oh yeah, it's just for that. It's not for the Batmobile.
102795.
Because I entered to win the Batmobile and everything above, everything below that.
I'll shake it up.
And then it's so it wasn't a model of the Batmobile. It's like the actual Batmobile.
It's the actual Batmobile with the artillery cannon. I'm like, yes.
So this
That's my
person
daily
named
driver from now on.
Jared Lucy has won it. Okay, so I
102953.
Did you win, Jared?
No, I told you I don't have a number. I don't have a raffle ticket.
So I plan on buying an '89 Batmobile at some point. The first thing I'm gonna do
Last
is
but not least, one more
get
of the signed
drive-through.
soundtracks.
Jared, if I pull up on my Batmobile, would you get drive-through with me?
Yes. Oh hell yes.
775.
Who wouldn't want to be in the Batmobile getting drive-through? We have to come dressed as two Batman. I'll be Batfleck. You can be Keaton.
Awesome. All right. So just a couple quick announcements, and then we'll get you guys out there. So if you guys all don't mind going out this door, because we've kind of sort of set up along that way, there's stanchions in the hallway. So the closest side.
Am I going to be able to purchase signed merch? Yes or no? Come on.
And we're going to take you guys out the door, so you're not wrapped all the way through the building there. And then my only thing is, we've got an hour or so to do this. So feel free to say hello to Zach, get something signed, but also just keep in mind we're going to try and get everybody through. So if we can just keep it moving. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Is that it? That's it. All right.
Okay.
So let's discuss. So
That was
Hold on, let's get my
amazing,
intro out the
man.
way.
What?
Let's get that.
Oh
wait,
my
wait,
God.
wait. I have to get the
bomber.
burn out of the way. This is that epic nuke on Jeff Johns. Actually, I got a better one. Nick, I have been set for some reason. I feel like it was Providence. God gave me this clip for this one reason.
You're gonna die, clown! You think that's funny? I don't need you laughing now!
There you go, baby. That was an F. Whoa. He knocked the Hamada version of Justice League and Jeff Johns.
I think
was
we
awesome.
have. I think we now have the replacement for Suck It Warner Brothers.
Oh
No.
yeah, I'm gonna clip the hell out of that.
I mean, never replaced. That was alongside, Now you have more
Yeah.
clips.
No,
Oh, that's true. Okay, so
but on top
wait.
Go on.
We have to talk about this. So he wouldn't spoil anything. Spoil
Yeah, that's
implies that we're
crazy.
going to see that at some point. What?
Like, I'm
why-
sorry, he
What?
came as close to saying it without actually saying it. And you notice how, like, right after he did that, he really clammed up. Like, like I feel like in his head he realized, oh crap, I said too much. Like after
Not
that
only
segment,
that,
he
wait.
really.
The moderator said there's like
Sean O'Connell
something you
said,
can-
"How about Netflix?" He said,
is
"Like
it
on
like
Netflix," and Zach said,
something you're gonna
"Yeah,
see.
nice."
something you're gonna see, and I'm like,
That's crazy.
what?
I feel like
Wait,
they're
wait.
barely even
I'm gonna play
trying
this
to hide
clip preemptively. I'm gonna play this clip preemptively. Hang on. Cause what the heck, Nick? This could be a situation where I'm sorry I doubted.
Take a look at private chat what Sammy posted because
Hold on.
I clipped it.
Like,
You can
I
play it back
clipped
if you
it.
want. Oh,
Speaking of tomorrow, guys,
That's why I
please
was,
make
I was
sure.
silent.
Please make
All right.
sure you watch my stream tomorrow where we go through the panel of Justice League because
All right.
if
this
this may be a
happens-
poppin'.
All right, so hang on. Our Wonder Woman happened to have clipped out that moment. Let's go.
Oh.
Wait, are we getting audio?
Really quiet.
Oh, she hasn't played it yet.
We're really low on volume. All right, so
Oh, like it's lower to stop, but like it goes up.
One
Yeah.
because I think that that's still something that would be cool to see at some point.
Oh!
So I don't want to ruin it.
Dude's
entirely.
hinting. Dude's
It may never
hinting.
happen, but it's on Netflix.
Oh.
Yeah, nice.
We thought
Nice.
Zack Snyder Justice League wouldn't happen.
Yeah, that's
So-
true. They said
Oh!
Dude, I think
You just all but confirmed
So-
it.
So suffice it to say that, like, to hurt Batman, obviously, he has, at that point, he had his real vulnerability was Robin, right? And so I think that what's obvious is that
Look, he said stay tuned.
the Joker understood that, right?
Yeah, they are.
Who said stay
And
tuned
all I'll
though?
say is that,
Someone said stay tuned.
I think I've talked about this a little bit, haven't I? That,
Hang on, I'll rewind.
Happy
Hang
or
on.
mad?
I'll do a brief one because I think that that's still something that would be cool for people to see at some point.
Oh, because why wouldn't he just say it?
Yeah, I mean, like,
I think he's waiting to reveal it on the Justice League stream because this is a 3 days because if he reveals it now, that's it. You know, like there's no reason to watch Justice League. You know what I'm saying? And he wants to get the hype going.
I wouldn't go that far. There's always a reason.
Yeah, there's always a reason to watch Zack Snyder. I watched it 12 times. Hello.
No. I get that. I'm saying for this event. I'm saying for this event.
Yeah.
What he's trying to do is he's building hype. He wants to build hype.
Mm-hmm. Hang on.
Oh yeah, obviously. Yeah.
Leading up to resulting in Robin's death in his universe.
I want to hear this. Hang on.
That's a
Gonna
good
make
question.
him happy or mad?
I'll do a brief one because I think that that's still something that would be cool for people to see at some point. So I don't want to ruin it.
Dude's hinting.
It may never happen, but
like on Netflix.
Yeah, nice.
Oh!
We thought Zack Snyder's Justice League wouldn't happen.
Yeah, that's true. They said
Dude, I think
He just all but confirmed it.
So suffice it to say that, like, you know,
Hang on.
I think that
I'll skip through this.
I think beyond that.
Come on, 2 words.
Wait.
That's what happens in the comic.
I think beyond that.
Come on, 2 words, JT.
Because I feel like it's a spoiler for maybe a thing that will never need to be spoiled. But to see, don't you think, a little bit?
Wait to see.
Why else would he say it? Wait.
Spoiler for maybe a thing that will never need to be spoiled. But to see, don't you think, a little bit?
Can I?
It's
can I
happening.
try a Joker
Wait.
follow-up? It might be a spoiler for something that we might get to see at some
He
point.
said like wait and see. I think.
Oh my god.
Yeah, wait to see.
Wait. Hey, yes, we do. But hang on. I want you to use because O'Connell was like, "Can I pull a Momoa? It might be something that we'll get to see in the near future." Okay, you know what? This may be preemptive as hell, but you know what? Screw it.
Oh my God! Okay, it's happening. Everybody stay calm. What's the procedure, everyone? What's the procedure? Stay calm. Wait. Everybody calm down.
Because I'm sorry, I will be pissed if that's nothing. I will be extremely pissed if that's nothing.
Jared,
I don't
welcome
think
to
it's
my
nothing.
world. That is what I've been
Okay.
saying. Jared, I've been saying that for weeks. I've been saying that on your streams for weeks, and you've been pushing against me.
I know. I haven't put you
love
in.
you, brother,
I just
but
wanted
frick
to
you.
moderate, dude. I just wanted to moderate my expectations. I've been burned before, but this is almost
Jared,
undeniable.
I love you, but frick you.
Sammy,
Oh my God.
Sammy, be
No,
in the
thank you.
chat for that
No, thank
nerd. Be in the chat for that nerdette stream because I am going to completely unleash holy hell. I'm gonna be like, you all laughed at me. Who's laughing now? Elseworlds, baby, Elseworlds. The multiverse is
Love
a
it.
wonderful thing. Suck that, Marvel.
And
So
we have
Jared-
to, by the way, we have to thank Sammy, Leon, and Skywalker for the movement at the very first
Okay,
one.
you know what?
Because
For as the thank you, I'm playing your kick-ass clip again. Hey, wait. I want to be
Thanks,
clear.
guys.
I
On behalf-
always
on behalf
I
of
always
us, thanks.
supported the clip. I've always supported the movement. I thought,
yeah.
okay, you know what? It could happen. It could not happen. I want to
Yeah.
wait and see what's happening. I'm
Hold on,
sorry.
I got something to say.
Did
Sammy,
you?
Real quick. That just pushed it in the. This is 90% happening. Go ahead,
Sammy.
JD.
Welcome to my world, brother.
Sammy, I just want to say thank you. You have been putting in the work. You're getting the hashtags. You gotten the momentum out there. We probably haven't gotten nowhere near this far if you didn't go as far as you did with the Sell Zack SnyderVerse Netflix campaigns. On behalf of Comics League and all 4 of us, I thank you.
On behalf
Oh,
of
thank you so much.
On behalf of the single
I'm
member of
just-
the Phoenix Press, I thank you.
All right.
Thank
I
you
have an
guys
oldie
so
clip
much.
that I want to
Just
play.
doing. I'm just doing what I can, really. Like,
You may have just
You
saved
know.
the SnyderVerse, Sammy. I hope you realize
Yeah.
that. So I want to
All
do
three of
I want to
them.
do a clip. So as you guys know, at Comics League, we have connections with Warner Brothers. I have live footage of Zack walking into the Warner Brothers lot.
You've been
Yeah.
waiting. Thank you.
I was like, is he gonna play? He's gonna play it. He played it.
Yes.
Did you hear when Did you hear when Sean slipped in on Netflix and Zack without without a beat just said, "Yeah, oh, nice," as in he literally answered he answered it and then caught himself and said "Oh, nice, yeah, you got me."
And then
that's crazy.
Sean himself goes, "It may be something that we see in the near future." Why would he say that?
Also, the other thing, you noticed after that segment, he really clammed up. He just said, "Oh, what you saw on screen. Oh, what you saw on screen." I really feel like in his head, he was like, "Oh shit, I said too much," and he just kind of clammed up. He relaxed after a moment, but I think he was really nervous there for a moment. Did you notice that, Sammy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, absolutely. I can only imagine what the crowd, the audience there was like, but I can think in that moment, Zack knows that we are all losing our minds, and
right.
The audience, to see the
Yeah.
audience, they were losing their minds.
So I'm going to clip this out. I'm going to clip out and maybe something to see because that in the near future, because that is going to be a drop on Comics League, and the Jeff Johns and Joss Whedon attacks are going to be drops on Comics League. And that was
absolutely.
that was
so
worth
funny.
it too because that was the best part of the panel, and the way they just walk off. I'm like, oh, they mentioned is it written by Jeff Johns? Yeah, no.
No, but the
Yeah,
fact
that's my
that-
rebuttal.
Perfect.
But the fact that he what's it called, said no, we're not doing Doomsday Clock. I'm just like, wow. He literally said that.
Because it's pretty easy thinking, be like, oh, Doomsday Clock. He can bring back some of his Watchmen actors. There can be a crossover between Watchmen and his stuff. You think it'd be an easy thing to do.
Yeah, but
no interest.
No
Just-
interest. It's
Nah,
I'm just
just
like,
kill
what?
that right now. That's so.
Not to
funny.
mention, you got the bad blood. Doomsday Clock was buried in delays. It just wouldn't be a good adaptation.
And then I got news.
I guarantee you, if he did adapt it, it would be better than the source material.
Oh, definitely.
By the way, Sil and Mikey have got to be they got to be doing that 300 clip of them celebrating right now because what the okay, you know what, Nick, you
roll the clip.
What is your profession?
Okay. So,
and by the way, real
it.
quick, this was Sammy and the other founders of the Cell movement. Are you ready?
Ready the Armada. We will use the old ways.
Okay.
Yep. There you go.
Me and Leon.
So let's kind of do some housekeeping here. Jared, you are going to be unable to attend the Justice League panel on my channel tomorrow, correct?
Yeah, unable to because I work on Sundays.
I'm assuming you'll be there in spirit. Sam, you'll be with there. Jay, you'll be there. Taladia, you're welcome to be there.
Yeah,
I'm assuming if the inevitable happens, we'll be doing an emergency stream at midnight.
Dude, immediately, yeah, at midnight. You better, if it happens, we are doing an emergency stream. I'm sorry, that cannot wait until CLD on Friday. No, that is happening.
Yo, what's up, Neo Sevens? Marcus, what's up?
What's up, Neo
Let me grab the link to my stream so you can kind of put it
Marcus,
in the
hi.
private chat.
Yeah, we're not done yet, Nick. Come on, you're acting like we're done. We got to celebrate here.
We're celebrating.
Well, we'll celebrate tomorrow when
Hang
we
on,
have it
hang
all.
on.
Oh gosh, yes.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
mean-
exactly. That's Deborah Snyder walking into the Warner Brothers lot.
You know, I was gonna say this, right? The fact that what Zack said has shocked the world, just broke the internet right
you
now.
saw how the audience reacted.
Yeah.
Now here's my prediction. This might be a reach, but here's my prediction. Zaslav is gonna sit back in his chair, counting all the hashtags and all the money that will come in if this goes through. if this goes through, Zaslav will make bank if this goes through. I cannot stress that enough.
You're like at 990,000 tweets now, right? For Cell to
Sammy.
I just tell you away right now.
Over 990,000.
Yes.
It's over 999,000.
That's the news. Okay, so what
What's coming
happened?
after a million?
You know what? Wait. You know what, Kal-El? What do you say we watch the clip again, shall we?
Sure.
Roll the clip.
This is a roll the clip moment. Okay. First, hang on. All right. 3,
Kal-El,
2,
turn
1.
your volume up a bit.
You might have to.
Oh!
So I don't want to.
No one talk.
Dude's
hinting. No one talk.
Something that would be cool for people to see. At some
Oh!
point. So I don't want.
Okay. Wait.
You know, he's.
Hang on.
You think a little.
Just play
Hang
the
on.
clip. What are you doing?
I know. I'm
Wait,
trying
wait,
to
wait.
Touch it. Touch it.
Why
else would he say it?
Because I feel like it's a spoiler for maybe a thing that will never need to be spoiled. But to see, don't you think a little bit?
Why else would he say it? Why would he just say it?
Can I try a Joker follow-up?
It's so beautiful.
It might be a spoiler for something that we might get to see at some point in the near future. At some point.
What?
In the
What?
nightmare sequence of Justice League, it's made very clear that Batman had to bring Joker along.
Okay, so that's the clip. So basically, what he's saying, what has been repeatedly said is, okay, it looks like stuff is happening. Stuff that has been in the ether for so long. I'm checking Twitter right now to see if anyone else has picked up on what just got dropped because
Snyder Queen's tweet is making rounds. Like, dear
Yeah.
God, it's already got like 100 likes. Dear God,
so many people are doing the "Don't Give Me Hope" thing. Oh, the Jeff Johns diss was awesome. Yes.
Yeah.
Jared, you might want to take your headphones off for this, but this calls for a celebration. Well, Snyderverse, we have one. Snyderverse, screw Hamada.
Why did you say that name? Why did you say that name?
Hey, it was worth it. It was worth it.
That was the proper context for Hamada. But yeah, everyone's saying, what the heck?
No, but I still can't believe it. I still can't believe we might be getting the Robin death scene. Like,
yeah.
Jared, you had to admit I had you. You had to admit I had you, Jared.
I thought you were going to do the other song.
Oh, if I was going to do the other song, I would have just rolled the clip.
John's this.
Jay Heat sent me a text 47 minutes ago going, that's what she said.
Somebody else clipped the Jeff Johns. What's it called? This. So
where is
Snyder
it?
Queen.
Where is it?
It's a private chat.
In the private chat.
Okay, good, because I want to hear this again. That was awesome. Okay, I'm gonna do Doomsday Clock. Hang on. I'm gonna go full screen, full volume, share screen.
Roll the clip.
Hang on. Roll it. Is this the one? Yeah, Doomsday Clock. Here we go. Someone DM this to Jeff Johns.
Really question, but like as I watched it, I loved it. Casting is perfect. Casting for Justice League, John Superman, perfect. I don't know if you're familiar with Doomsday Clock, but I was wondering if that was like in your vision or if, like what you think of it, and like was that ever gonna like come to like fruition again in the future?
Which one was Doomsday Clock?
It was like the crossover between Watchmen characters.
Yeah,
and,
was that the Jeff Johns?
Yeah, Jeff
comic?
Johns.
Yeah, probably not.
It just gets number one.
DJ.
I love how they just drop the mic and just walk out without even saying anything. Oh my gosh, that is awesome.
That was from
we might
DJ.
get the future. Yeah, I'm thinking something. I'm thinking it might be time to schedule a stream with Nerdette, Sammy. I'm thinking it might
Very
be
well
time.
might be.
I'm gonna
It's
wait
hot.
until tomorrow.
No. Are you gonna say you're gonna use the old ways?
Oh, I'm gonna use the new ways, which is F you, I was right. F you, I was right. Oh wait, wait. We have live footage of Zaslav calling Zack on the phone.
Fly, son. It's time.
There you go. There you go.
I love that.
The internet is about to burn down, dude.
It's already starting to smolder.
We're the ones. They're the two. We're the ones.
I need
That's
a
it,
We Are
it's
the
simple.
Champions clip. We need We Are the Champions. By the way, here's Twitter right now with the amount. Wait. Here's Warner Brothers right now.
You're gonna need a bigger boat.
There you go.
Get over here.
There you go.
It's epic, man.
If this happens,
Hold on, let Taladia speak.
Yeah.
Let Taladia speak.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Taladia.
I still can't believe the fact that we might get the future storyline. Plus, on top of that, Justice League 2 and 3, it's like it's blown my mind off. I'm gonna be talking about this for days now. For days.
I think everyone's mind is going to be blown if if they
Gee.
announce the restoration.
Because
like, oh my
there
god.
is no way you. Because here's the thing: a lot of the things that we Snyder fans get accused of is misinterpreting what Snyder and people say. I'm sorry, him saying it might be something we get to see in the near future. That there's no misinterpreting that. I'm sorry. Yeah, stuff is happening right now.
Yes, Retro.
Okay,
This is exciting. Yes, Retro.
Okay, prediction time. Prediction time. What do you think? If there's an announcement tomorrow night, what do you think it would be?
ZSJL to Netflix. 2.
Haircut.
Man of Steel 2.
Well, based upon what they're talking about, I would say more of the Justice League sequels.
Nick,
I'm gonna shoot for the stars here. Justice League 2 coming to theaters. James Gunn is getting sidelined. His stuff is still happening, but he's getting sidelined. James Gunn is getting sidelined.
That would be hilarious. Oh, Emerald Cut at the minimum too. That could happen too. If they release like a special version of the DVD that has like the Emerald Cut, that would also be cool.
And I'll
well, guys,
this is the least.
There's no watch along tomorrow. You know, there's no watch along tomorrow.
it's straight to the
Oh,
panel.
really?
Straight to the panel.
No watch along for Zack Snyder's Justice League. I wonder
Do
why.
you really need?
Is
Do
that
you really need?
maybe because either the movie's too long or it's they're watching a version of the movie that we don't have.
That we may have in the near future. Because why would? Because they were talking. I keep going back to this because they were talking about the Nightmare Joker scene, and he goes, "Yeah, that might be something we're seeing in the near future." So I'm like, what?
Okay, would you say Snyder Tom Holland himself?
Which is what?
Like gave away
Because Tom Holland keeps spoiling the sequel.
He's a
I wouldn't have
I
said
think
he went that far, like a Tom Holland.
I think he more Andrew.
He had like
I think he's
pictures
more
on
the Andrew
stream.
Garfield. Yeah. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Snyder would not announce the Ayer cut. Here's the thing.
Oh,
the
no.
Ayer cut could still happen, but here's the thing, Taladia. Why would they announce the Ayer cut at an event for the Zack Snyder movies?
No, I mean this would be after the announcement for the.
Oh yeah,
the
that's
Ayer
coming up.
Yeah. If the Ayer cut gets announced, it's going to be a separate thing. This going to have nothing to do with this.
That'll be for David to do.
I mean,
Yeah,
you
that's
gotta
his
remember
movie.
David
Although
Ayer
it
was
is
at
in the Snyderverse, it is David Ayer's movie. So
One at a time, ladies and gentlemen.
But it's like the haircut. Oh, sorry, David Ayer was at WB Lot last week, wasn't it?
He
it last
was.
week? Yeah. So
Yeah, he was.
So it's like I'm just like
Maybe
yes.
a meeting or two.
he was putting on his story like old haunts and stuff, and like taking pictures of the Warner Brothers lot. That was really cool.
Here's
And
the
Havoc.
thing.
Oh, and he also
I may have to go here soon. So,
You may have to get Crow, Nick. You may have to buy Crow.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I want to eat crow now. Like I'm sorry. I'm hungry for crow. So.
Do you realize what David Zaslav
big
just-
old crow pie coming up.
If this happens tomorrow, do you realize what David Zaslav just did? He just repaired Warner Brothers relationships with DC characters. Because he's like, they'll no longer have that pall over their head that, okay, the Snyderverse happened and we kind of went away from that. No, we completed the story. What's this? Oh, yeah. I'm going to share out the link to Nick's. Remember, tomorrow is the link for is the Zack Snyder's Justice League panel watch with Nick at 8:30 p.m. Eastern time.
Sammy will be there.
And I'll be there as well.
And
so you want me to send you? I'm way what? I don't know what that means, but okay. I'm gonna share the link to Nick's stream, and then I'll share it on my social media too. So
yeah.
So there you go. But here is the link to Nick's stream. So just save that link. Do whatever you need to get that. And yeah.
All right. I'm gonna have to early, guys.
All right.
I say I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Jared, I am really sorry you can't be here for this awesome moment. And Sammy, I'm really excited. It was really great starting with you, my queen, and I look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Take care.
Good night.
Stay tuned, everybody. Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. So,
but yeah, like if Zaslav has found a way to facilitate this thing to either like happen on Netflix or like as an Elseworld entity, he's literally found a way to repair the DC community. Like if this is true, because then like everyone's gonna be happy, everyone's gonna get something they want, you know.
All right, I'll play devil's advocate. I'll play devil's advocate on this one. Zaslav, say what you will about Emmerich and the whole Warner Media situation, but Zaslav is going to prioritize making money and getting Warner Brother Discovery out of debt than anything. Okay, despite all the bad blood, despite Sarnoff, despite the name that shall be named, because I'm not going to get clipped here, despite all of that, Zaslav is trying to make money. Shelving Batgirl's a tax write-off is perfect proof of that. So if this happens, if a deal's to be made, it will sell gangbusters.
Absolutely.
It'll sell gangbusters.
Especially if they are able to like get some sort of like merchandising deal as well. Like,
I'm buying all the hot
the merch.
Now, TJ?
Yeah, I mean the merch on the Snyderverse is insane. Like, it was through merchandising alone that Man of Steel was like made it's all of its budget back before it even hit cinemas. Crazy.
But TJ, if all else fails, let's at least give the James Gunn the chance, because it is a rebrand, it is a relaunch. Let's at least give the guy a chance. Come on, let's be fair here.
Just like we would want everyone else to give Zack Snyder's movies a chance.
But I'm still excited. I'm.
Oh, this is a solid win for you, Taladio. I bet you're over the moon right now.
Yeah, I am. I'm over the moon because I get the Justice League that I want. Plus, I'll be able to watch.
Okay, Prime. I'm looking at a tweet right now by Prime the Godfather. He's been a very doubtful person of the Snyderverse restoring. He says, now I'm totally convinced from what Zack Snyder stated tonight. I believe now that the Snyderverse will be destroyed and continued. He said through animation. It's the only probable way. We'll see what happens.
We'll see. We'll see.
I drop some major gems.
But Master Sergeant, the Elseworld.
To be honest.
Yeah.
And Master Sergeant, the Elseworld brand exists for a reason, where you could tell self-contained stories and it won't affect James Gunn's plan in any way. Now, I will admit, doing the Snyderverse stuff as an Elseworld before the DCU officially kicks off, yes, that's a concern. So I feel like this is going to get delayed to like 2025, 2026, bare minimum, if a deal's to be made.
But here's my counterpoint to that, J Heat. Because by completing this story, you are proving to the consumers that we are capable of finishing a story. That's the key thing here. We're able to, in some form, complete a story that we started. So that's really key here. It's building consumer confidence. Because if there's one thing the DC brand has not had in a long time, whether or not from the comics or the movies, it's consumer freaking confidence. And again, yeah, the reason why I brought up Prime is because he's been like one of the doubters, and even he's like, yeah, something's happening.
And to my rebuttal for that is Marvel's falling off a cliff since Phase 4 onwards. So if Marvel's having a PR problem, you know good and well DC's having a PR problem. So
and here's the thing: if ever there was a time for DC to do something to get people excited for DC, it's when Marvel is freaking struggling.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
You just broadsided and nuked Marvel.
What I will say, I'm not going to say anything more about Prime, to be honest. I don't really want to talk about that. My point is he does not show people a level of respect that I think people deserve. And based on that, I won't show him that respect. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just bringing it up because now even the doubters are like, something is happening. That is key. The SnyderVerse being restored has nothing to do with yes, but what I'm saying is that for the DC brand, because it's still the DC brand, what that says is that, okay, the general audience is more willing to give the DC studios, the DCU a chance because they're like, okay, you know what? If they're doing this, if they're going to complete the story somehow, let's just go ahead and give them a chance because we know that they'll finish. And Gunn offered the Elseworld story only to accommodate Reeves. Yeah, but this. And yes, he is dead.
Yeah, but that is Elseworlds at WBD.
Zaslav has final say. That's
Elseworld exists outside of WBD as well.
It's Mike DeLuca and Pam Abdi that has the oversay over James Gunn anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, and so okay, I'm just making sure I get one.
Yes.
Yeah, David, rip Marvel.
Yeah, like the Snyderverse being restored doesn't really have much effect on DC Studios as a whole, but like Zaslav has said in the past that like more DC content is better for the consumer, like it's better for the brand. Like, so if it's a success for one, it's a success for the other. Really.
And we recently got news on Cape Crusader and how that ended up on Amazon.
Yeah.
So anything's possible. It just depends on whether or not a deal can be made.
And there was another Batman show. Another Batman show recently went over to.
Wait,
was it either Netflix or?
Was this Merry Little Batman?
Amazon?
I thought that was a Christmas special.
Yes.
Oh God.
I think so.
Horrible.
Yes, that went over. Yeah.
Huh. I mean, the art style's a little exaggerated because
it's a little wacky.
Merry Little Batman is basically Home Alone, but with DC characters. Now, I agree. Damian can be just as big of a menace, if not more so. But the art style...
Well, I think the key takeaway for me, personally, is the fact that Batman is in the title. Like, it's a Batman IP that's...
Oh, it'll sell. I'm not refuting that. It's just the art style is going to be...
Oh, so no, I didn't mean like will it sell to the consumer. I meant like the point of that it's being sold to a third-party streaming service is more of like a key factor for me. That it's literally they're instead of like Caped Crusader, like, oh, that's the Batman IP, but it's called Caped Crusader. This has actually got like Batman in the title, and like I don't know, like little key things like that. I'm like pick up on.
So many people right now are reacting to that Jeff Johns disc because that was dope. That was dope.
But I will say this.
Yeah.
If you're going to license something, if you're going to license these characters out to other networks, first of all, a deal has to be made. Then you got to go into marketing and whether or not a market or audience is available for that content. Now, Tevia, I know you're probably still in the chat, and I know you're probably going to reference Young Justice in some capacity. Young Justice is dead. It just didn't hit the numbers HBO. God, I can't say it. HBO Max wanted.
Well, now you can say just Max. So.
Oh yeah, because they're gonna rebrand anyway. Max. Thank you. But yeah, your best case scenario for Young Justice is an epilogue movie like what Teen Titans 03 did. That is a best case scenario for Young Justice if it gets licensed out at all. I hate to be that guy, Tevia, but it needs to be said.
Yeah,
now,
yeah, it's fine, but yeah, the man said sell, and he said stay tuned. Literally, remember when like Grace Randolph was saying that he's doing this to say goodbye to DC? Oh, really? Well.
So it's a goodbye, but like I don't want to spoil any future possible movies, but it's a goodbye. Like No,
it's
like, come on.
I
Come
want
on,
to say
pull the other
goodbye to
one.
something I'm gonna make another movie on, but yeah, it's kind of funny. It's like, to quote James Gunn, it's like it's April 29th, 2023, and Grace Gunn still and Grace Randolph still doesn't know what she's saying.
Now, I will say this. I do feel sorry for Grace Randolph because a lot of her momentum is during the old regime. So that's where a lot of her momentum came from. And she wasn't ready for that paradigm shift when Zaslav and Discovery took over. She wasn't ready for it, and her channel declined. So I do feel for her in some aspect. But
there was like a bit of a civil war happening during.
Oh, it was
WCW.
ugly.
I mean, there still is
ugly.
Like that war is still going on inside.
No, it's not
WCW
Lucasfilm.
Like,
I hate to cut you off, Sammy, but it's not Lucasfilm Disney bad, but it's pretty bad compared to what I've been able to research.
yeah. Well, you've got like to think about it. Like you've in a merger. Like a merger is always bloodthirsty. Like it's never clean. So you've got all these various camps that are coming in and being set up and existing from pre-existing camps in the previous regime, like, and you've got all of these people warring for power and stuff, and that's why we had like so many like contradictory scoops that were like flying around because they were like coming from different panels, like from different camps, from different like different plans that people had in motion, like the Rock thing, going like the hierarchy of power.
Okay. Okay.
Like,
okay.
That was
Rock's
just more of the same. It was
Rock's,
that was the Civil War, bro. Like that's what I'm saying.
But I do want to debunk some things. Rock's ego aside, he was able to secure the Henry Cavill cameo and at least get some verbal talks of getting the Snyderverse restored outright. So at least he was able to get the ball rolling. So let's give the Rock his credit.
Absolutely. I mean, like I support Black Adam. Like I have it on Blu-ray and everything. Like I was always vocal about supporting Black Adam. Like, I honestly believe like The Rock tried his best to like, to bring Cavill back and to like set that up again. And I believe like The Rock is like an ally of DeLuca and Abdi. I don't believe he's in this similar sort of camp as like James Gunn, which is like pretty obvious because
James Gunn's
don't like
a snake.
each other.
Gunn's a snake. There's no
it's like at Warner Brothers.
Fair point, Jerry. Gunn's a snake.
He's like a three-headed hydra. He's not a snake.
But I will say
that.
Yeah.
But I will say this. Leslie Grace's Batgirl, once a movie project is a tax write-off, it can't be repurposed in any way. That is dead.
No, but I mean, someone should just leak that. I mean, come on.
Just leak it at this point.
Might as well.
What did Zack say? Like, what? Put it on a thumb drive and leave it in a bathroom?
Watch, it's gonna be everyone trying to find that bathroom.
But that, like tonight was like crazy.
Yeah.
Tonight was like crazy. Tomorrow's gonna be even crazier.
Oh, okay, guys, I got something. A friend of mine is working on a DC fan film. He's writing a script right now, and I'm cast as Batman. We're independent filmmaking. Oh, that's cool. That's awesome. Yeah,
Best of luck. Best of luck, Steven. Best of luck.
But
good luck, Steven.
Yeah,
go on.
I didn't mind how Rock did things. It was clearly better than what Gunn is pulling. Okay,
I agree.
That Robin mixtape by Zack Snyder, let it drop. Snyder, bring it to us fans. Yeah.
Yes, TJ.
I still want to see that Black Adam versus Superman fight. Like I still want to see them.
You actually can. It's called Superman and Shazam, a short DC showcase.
No, but you want to see Henry
Cavill
Cavill
lots of times. I want to see it in live action. That's what I'm talking about.
Dude,
like,
you want to see Henry Cavill punch the Rock. That's what you really want to see.
Literally, yeah. And I want to see them introduce like honestly, if they should go for it. Like if they are gonna restore the Snyderverse and stuff, like they should bring in those other elements that like some fans have attached themselves to, like The Rock and Superman fighting, and they could introduce like Shazam and stuff, and like that doesn't even have to be its own movie. Like it can be. I'll buy that. Like, but it doesn't have to be its own movie. It could be like, because I mean, even that animation, the Superman Shazam vs Black Adam, Return of Black Adam, I think it's called.
Yeah. Showcase.
even that is not like a full feature length film. It's only like 50 minutes long. So you could like take elements from it and then use that to introduce the characters into the story, like Billy Batson and like Black Adam.
But
I still say that's what they should have done with Fury of the Gods. Like it was right there. It was right there. You didn't you didn't need the Titans for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all
That would have been so cool. If Shazam 2 had have been Superman Shazam versus Black Adam, like that's a wrap.
That's what
that
Black
would have
Adam
been
should have been.
sweet.
That's what Black Adam should have been.
Yeah.
That should have been a JSA film with Black. Okay, you can have Black Adam as an anti-hero or wild card / antagonist, but you need a really solid main villain to pull that off, and Sabak wasn't it.
No.
Sabak was not it.
No.
Because no one knows who the hell Sabak is. But yeah, so that was a very interesting panel.
Yeah, and
that's the thing about Zack Snyder. Whenever he's on a panel, something happens. Like, remember when he announced BVS and they were reading lines from The Dark Knight Returns?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Gun.
I want you to remember, Clark. My hand at your throat.
Quoted by Harry Lennox at Comic-Con.
Hell yeah. Yes. TJ knows what's up. What's up, TJ? Recast Shazam, Alan Richardson.
Okay,
Alan
okay.
Richardson
Let's be real here. The guy who played Billy wasn't that bad. He carried Shazam too. If he was given a bit more to do, it would have done a lot better. I just think
he should be Shazam. Just end it like that.
I think Zachary Levi was trying to be thought he was bigger than what he was. That's all I'm gonna say.
That was Asha Angel. Angel. He was awesome as Billy Batson and Shazam. Like, see, that's the thing. I had no issues with anything about Shazam other than Shazam himself.
Yeah.
Zachary
The
Levi.
problem with it, and the more I see the memes about it, the more I'm like, yeah. In Shazam 2, when he turns back into Shazam, Asher was like calm and serious, and then Zachary Levi is like holding in a laugh. I'm like, what?
Okay, I just want to go ahead and debunk this right now.
Goofy ass spawns in.
Shazam is not a man-child. Okay, to an extent he is, but he's not that kind of man-child.
He has the wisdom of Zeus or something. Like,
wisdom of Solomon.
Solomon. Oh, okay.
But
my bad.
Yeah, but it's hard to write a mature Billy because the appeal of Billy Batson is a young boy with the powers of Superman or the powers of the Pantheon. So it's really hard to write a mature Billy Batson. That's why you technically didn't need Zachary Levi on this one. I think the actor who plays normal Billy, I think he should have carried it because he would have. Because if you gone that route, he would have done a lot well. The movie would have done a lot better because you're actually telling a mature Billy Batson story or letting him grow up a bit. They just wanted to use Zachary Levi's face, and the other guy just wasn't a big enough actor for the trade-off.
Yeah,
that's a shame. It's a shame.
Well, here's the thing.
He's
now we have
do
Mary
great,
Marvel, and now we have Mary Marvel playing both roles. We could conceivably have Asher Angel playing both roles.
Yeah, but he was a little young in the first film. That's the main reason.
Well,
that
now
happened.
now he's old enough. They could just kick.
They could have done that.
Curve, saying we're done with you because you have Mary Marvel playing both roles, which I always thought was weird. But I'm like, okay, I'll take it.
Oh, Levi begging like a.
Remember when Levi started talking about favorably about the Snyder movies?
Levi,
like,
you should have stayed out of it. Levi, you should have stayed out of it.
By the way, how did Jill know that Superman? How do you know that Superman would be affected by a nuclear bomb? Another hint that he wasn't human. True.
Yeah.
Again, and Sam, I said this when the three of us were watching BVS. It is a mind-blowing like change of the way you watch this movie, knowing that is Martian Manhunter. Even Man of Steel, I'm like, oh, this changes everything. This changed the way I take his lines completely.
It really improved the experience on a rewatch.
It's like, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Because your first time through, okay, this general's clearly the expedition dump guy. You could have put General Lane in this situation and nothing would change. But then you get to the Martian Manhunter reveal, you go back on a rewatch and like, okay, I'm interested in this character. He's picking up on
how
things
he's doing
he should be able
stuff.
to.
I see how he's doing stuff. I think Superman knows that he's a Martian, and it's like, I guess I'll just have to trust you. I'm sure Clark knows. I'm sure Clark.
There's some solidarity there.
Absolutely. I mean, absolutely. Well, he's got to be able to, he's got to be able to see, that he's, his insides are different. I would imagine so. There was a nice, there's a nice moment in BVS where Lois Lane hides the bullet that she gets. She hides it when she's in the bathroom and that. And he never brings it up. I just think it's a nice moment where Superman is
and that's why I hate
super honest. So
and that's why I hate the Ultimate Edition got butchered as much as it did with the theatrical cut. Yeah. Because in context of the theatrical cut, it just comes across as the mystery fell into Lois's lap just to get to the next scene. Where you have core story material. Okay, I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid and say it. They were trying to fit into the Marvel mold of 2.5 hours. Even if it's an extra 15 minutes, given the scenes they were using that extra screen time with, it would have been worth it. I would have ran the Ultimate Edition as is and took the $2 billion.
Oh, Sammy.
Yeah, but I mean, they didn't have confidence in the movie and they just wanted to cut the runtime down so that they could increase the showings per day. That's really what it comes down to.
Sammy, it was hilarious. It was hilarious when I was debating Nerdette and she kept bringing up that BVS didn't explain this. I legit at one point just asked her,
she didn't watch the movie.
With me. I was like, be honest. What edition did you watch? And then the minute she said theatrical, I'm like, well, that explains it. Literally, all of the criticisms you have about this movie are explained and addressed in the Ultimate
Edition. It's an extra 15 minutes, but it's worth it.
It's amazing how much 15 minutes changes a movie, right? Wow. It's night and day. You thought the Snyder cut was different, but whoa. Dude, Superman does not look like an idiot for missing a bomb in a wheelchair.
Because it was lined with lead and he wouldn't have noticed it anyway.
I'm like, oh gosh. This is
it's
2 hour
crazy.
rule that doesn't work for every movie. Let me put it this way. Wait, we had the Lord of the Rings movies, which made bank despite being 3 hours.
But that's an epic saga. But that's an epic saga of one of the best books of all time. They got a pass.
It's the American icons. You're telling me people would not have seen a 3 hour cut of Batman and Superman?
Okay. I'm not refuting that. Let me clear that up right now. I am not refuting that. Batman and Superman duking it out on the big screen. It could have been 3 hours. It could have been maybe 3.5. People would not have cared. But again, DC was chasing trends. They're doing it now in the comics too. They were chasing trends. They were trying to copy the MCU formula, trying to condense it with a 2 hour limit, 2 hour runtime, maybe 2:15 if you're counting credits and previews. And it just bit them. It just bit them in the ass. This is my one cuss word on stream, but it bit them in the ass. I just got to keep it real.
That's all good. You can say ass. I don't care.
But honestly though, if anything, we should be excited for tomorrow. Excited, maybe we're gonna get the Emerald cut, if anything, right?
Well, bare minimum.
Right, because at the end of the day, Wayne T. Carr has been interacting with the fans. Makes me wonder.
I'm like, something, you can't tell me something's not happening at this point. After that panel.
Yo, what's up, Trey?
Hi, Trey.
What's up?
What's up?
Sergeant, you're right as well. It's 30 minutes.
I thought it was an extra half hour, but still, it's amazing how an extra half hour, really changes a movie. I'm like, whoa.
I love those memes where it's the guy with the dominoes thing is 30 minutes cut from BBS and then it ends up with
it's true.
Someone having a rant on Instagram.
By the time you get to the third act, it just blends together so organically. You don't even notice the extra 30 minutes.
You don't even notice that the Snyder cut is 4 hours. It's paced that fantastic. It's kind of funny. Well, I was watching it because I saw the Batman in concert, and it feels that movie is paced horribly.
It is.
I said, it's bad when the 4 hour cut of Justice League feels shorter than the 3 hour Batman movie.
And by the way, Trey, I know you're in the chat. Big shout out goes out to you for doing an amazing stream, reaching over $800 for AFSP.
Speaking of the Batman, and by the way, Master Sergeant, the Emerald cut is is the addition of Justice League. So originally at the end of the Snyder Cut,
Green
where there was that
Lantern.
Martian Manhunter scene, it was supposed to be John Stewart Green Lantern, but the studio would not let him do it. So apparently Zack has the scene all done where where instead of Martian Manhunter, it's John Stewart, and I think Kilowog and Tomar Ray show up.
But that's the thing. Even if it's purely ripped off of Dark Knight Returns, an older Batman versus a young starting out Superman. That was a very unique dynamic to me.
Yeah.
I heard it was Martian Manhunter and the Green Lanterns.
Yeah,
It could be. It could be that, and I also heard it's at night, and it's like Bruce all of a sudden is like illuminating green.
Oh
yeah,
yes, definitely think of it. Don't worry.
Because they did that
Okay,
concept.
Dominique, no Michael Bay. Keep Michael Bay out of it.
No,
Michael Bay's only good at-
no. He will
no,
have a camera
no.
angle up Wonder Woman's skirt.
No,
Yeah,
no
they
Michael
can
Bay.
they can go and work for DC Studios. I don't care.
If this happens tomorrow, you should thank Still Nation, Micros, and the Cool Table. Acknowledge the hashtags. I always acknowledge the movement. I don't know what is being put on here.
They played a role. Snyder Queen, you
they
get all
played
the
a role, but wait a second. I always acknowledge the movement. It's in the bottom of my thing here. It's coming across here.
Yeah, it says it there. Sell SnyderVerse to Netflix.
And it's in the bottom of all of my videos. So, yeah. And let's see what else we watch. I watched the Snyder Cut right after work and didn't doze off. And wasn't there a guy, and I think, Sammy, you sent a dude that watches movies to see if he falls asleep, and he fell asleep on Batman, but not the SnyderVerse?
Yeah, I saw that video.
Yeah,
he's
that's
a
awesome.
comedian on and he makes like TikTok videos, and he like his stick is like that. He has to stay awake throughout the movies, and the majority of the movies he does fall asleep to, but definitely not the Snyder Cut. Like he makes it all the way through, and he even shouts this out as well. He said like these guys should sell us to Netflix. So like he even mentions the movement in the video. I was floored when I watched it. It's incredible.
Yeah, if
people
DC is...
outside of this community know about it.
If DC lets this slide, it'll be the biggest fumble in cinematic history.
Because you have the fan base excited right now. Like
you have the momentum, you have the hype. Everything's there. Even if it's just a licensing deal and a one and done, you will make so much bank, it won't even matter.
And here's the thing: you don't even have to stop at movies. You could release the other movies as comic books too. I mean, in other words,
as a compromise.
No. Release like Man of Steel, BVS, ZSJL as comic book graphic novels adaptations, and do comics
definitely buy them.
100%. I would buy the crap out of
and
that.
This is the most important. And this is the most important part. Marvel is tanking right now. You have all the cards,
dude. And they're tanking with the multiverse. Can you imagine if they say, "Oh yeah, we have two universes going at the same time"?
Yeah,
it's game over. Then it's game over.
Checkmate.
And
game set and match, Marvel.
And then Endgame and Infinity War means nothing.
Nothing.
Yeah,
that is your peak. Endgame is your peak. We're still going.
Yeah, that it will be. If they take advantage of this will be the biggest like middle finger to Marvel that DC has ever given.
No, this is the biggest comeback in executive entertainment history if they pull this off.
I agree
if they do this.
Yeah, it'll be akin to Marvel's comeback, don't you think?
Oh
from bankruptcy.
From the 90s. From the 90s.
Yeah, yes. This will be the biggest. This will be the biggest comeback today. Yeah.
It's funny how history repeats itself like that.
I know. It's like
roll the clip, Jared. I know you got to roll the clip.
I don't have the rhymes clip though.
But do you have ironic?
No, I do not have ironic.
Ah, come on, man.
He could save others from death, but not himself. Do you know the tragedy of Warner Brothers, the unwise? Yes. I have to record that of me adapting Darth Plagueis, but Warner Brothers, because I'm sure.
Warner Media, get it right, Jared.
Warner Media,
Warner Media.
Here's the thing. People, Marvel's about to be rated R really soon, but here's the thing. Warner Media really never thought of this, huh?
He's never fought us. Not us united.
They never realized what they were dealing with. Like, by the way, that got refuted. She said she's not in Fantastic Four, so thank you. That was not gonna happen. But yeah, exactly. So we're gonna leave you in this. Okay, Marvel, if you fumble this,
DC.
I mean, sorry, DC. I'm tired. If you fumble this, may God have mercy on your souls, because you will not be able. Because
there's no coming back from this.
There's no coming back from this if you don't somehow capitalize on this. Because I guarantee you, the people at Warner Brothers are looking at the excitement that this one stream. That
they're looking at it.
They're looking.
They're
at
watching.
It.
They're
Right
watching.
now.
Absolutely.
Especially that Jeff Johns gist, because it was hilarious.
I am so gonna clip I'm gonna clip so many moments out of this, and it is going to. I have shorts content for weeks right now, and then Endgame was the peak because as a franchise, the MCU came to an end. Franchise tells a story that comes to an end. The MCU is a zombie now. Yeah, exactly. And with the SnyderVerse, it was going to come to an end and reboot with Flashpoint, because the way Zach described it is it's like a comic book run where I come in, I tell my story, then I go and someone else contributes the story. The Emerald Cut alone is going to shut the internet down. Yeah.
Anything that comes out of Zack Snyder, the panel.
Can we get a comic of that original Wonder Woman story idea? I want that. Like, so much, because that sounds
1854. I would love that,
dude. Sounds dope. As a Wonder Woman story, they could even make a movie of that and say this is to make up for 1984.
And fun fact, I'm collabing with Jared on a follow-up to our previous video, so it's kind of a. Stay tuned for that.
It's funny how that works, right? It's funny how that works.
And a fun fact, right, guys?
Yeah.
Before we end, I want to give just do a little bit of promotion, if that's all right.
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll be doing an interview with the Bat Channel, discussing the fact about the charity stream that he did, how it came to be, how did he get Wayne T. Card, all the connections he had, and it'd be a very interesting interview to have Corey and the Bat Channel on my channel, essentially discussing that, and it'll be really big, and I'll be super appreciative if you guys could come over when I do that, because we're planning it maybe next weekend. We've got to fix the time, so stay tuned though. It's going to be an amazing stream for that.
That'll be exciting. Tevia interviews the world's finest.
Yeah,
it's Calladia.
Wait, Tevia? Yeah, I was like, wait a second here.
Taladia.
I'm sorry. It is 4:30 a.m. here.
Yeah, it's 4:30 in the morning. I can understand. Don't worry.
Remember,
I'm very tired.
Remember,
sorry.
I don't think that tops when Superboard Corey called me Nick.
Oh yeah.
I don't think that tops that. I don't want a comic. I want the movie. If not, Gal Gadot then instead.
Okay, so
movie.
Taladia plays interviews the world's finest.
Yes,
there you go. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I apologize.
plays introduced the
And by the way, if you want to see
I'm
something that would be like that Wonder Woman movie, watch the original stunt pitch for Wonder Woman. It's kind of that. So I'm gonna go around
the one starring Samantha Wynn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
She's got it pinned on her profile on Twitter.
Yeah, I'm so gonna watch that. So I'm gonna go around the panel. So Taladia, where can everyone find you, and what have you got coming out on the channel?
Well, you guys can find me on YouTube at Taladia Plays. I'm going to post my YouTube link in the private chat, so you guys can head over to my page. I have done today. We've just done the podcast Into the Multiverse, a DC Comics podcast, which was really fun to do with Jared and Jay Heat. And on my channel, I will be doing a live stream with the Bat Channel, of course, like I mentioned. And Super Pro Corey is going to be an amazing interview. And I'll also be doing some videos in regards to Gotham Knights and Suicide Squad Killer Justice League, discussing about the future of gaming for DC.
Hang on, I'm just copy and pasting the link to Taladia's channel, and then I'll drop it in the chat for all you fine people.
Yes, and make sure you subscribe to everybody on the panel, by the way. Not only me, everyone, including Sammy, because she does
especially
great
her.
work.
I will consider a personal favor if you all subscribe to Snyder Queen, because she may have just saved the SnyderVerse.
Yes.
Yeah, if that
we may have saved it.
At the very least,
dude. All right, so Jay Heat,
Okay, as for me, well, I'll go ahead and tell y'all right now. I am experimenting with a spare computer I have. Hopefully, I can get it working to where I can get the SwolTour playthroughs back on track. I'm also planning a collab with our gracious host with that Wonder Woman video that's coming out sometime this week. A manga chapter review I'm working on July 2023 solicitations, and just get ready for more content on the channel. Oh, and I'm actually starting a new series. Dang, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember it. Just all this SnyderVerse news has got me in overdrive right now. I can't remember. But I'll post everything on my community tab. That way you have a full schedule. You should have it by this time tomorrow night. And get ready for more content. If I'm not on my own channel, I'm collabing with these guys and Phoenix Press.
And by the way, Frank of the SnyderVerse screenshotted the mic drop of the Jeff Johns smacking egos. The mic drop was heard across the world. So
Nice.
So Sammy, where can we find you, and what have you got coming up?
You can normally find me just buzzing about on Twitter. To be honest, that's where I spend a lot of my time. I do have a YouTube channel as well. Both are by the same name, at SnyderQueen_. I don't think the YouTube channel's got an underscore though, just the Twitter. But yeah, like I make cute little SnyderVerse music videos and stuff. So like check them out. You might see a video you like. I also do like noir edits as well, and like I am trying to get a Superman Man of Steel noir edit done. Like hopefully I can get it finished and uploaded tomorrow before the event ends. Like that would be ideal, but like I don't know. I'm trying. So, yeah.
Once Sammy uploads it, I'll be sure to retweet it and make sure you guys do check it out.
Me too.
And I'm on Instagram as well, same name, at SnyderQueen.
By the way, Sil just
Thanks for
tweeted,
having me on the panel as well.
Oh, and you open an invitation. Sil just tweeted, and he says, "Day 2 complete. Oh, the stories we need to tell you all about the convos that Skywalker and the New Geeks and I had with the Snyders. Mind blown, and I know we are not stopping."
Oh yeah, that is one thing I'll say. I've got some bombs that I'm going to be dropping soon. Like
Oh yeah.
Stay tuned.
Yes.
That'll probably be tonight.
Sammy's turning into Mikey. No questions asked. Okay, it does.
She's Mikey's mini me. There you go. So, in terms of me, I got a lot of content coming out. I'm debating Nerdette's newsstand on if comics are woke or not. I'm most likely going to be doing an emergency stream about this because this may be happening, and I'll be recording a reaction to the news if it does happen. So when it happens on Nick's stream, he can play a clip so I can still participate. So I'm gonna do that actually immediately when I'm off here, so you guys can still see my gorgeous bearded face. And in terms of Mondays, I got a video talking about Kingdom Come and Injustice. Indie Wednesday, I'm still coming up with Indie Wednesday. So on that note, thank you everyone for sticking around this amazing panel, and yeah, be on the lookout for tomorrow for an emergency panel for Comics League, because something is going to happen.
Wonder Bat!
You had to get it. You couldn't let me write it out. You couldn't let me write it out. Stay at work, everyone. Bye-bye.
What?